Saints Nation, we missed you. And welcome to our very first match of the new semester. My name is Daniel Banner, and going to be one of your hosts here for today's matchup, our very first OPSC game in general, but first preseason game. And then joining me here tonight, coming in clutch last second, the current assistant coach and former player here on the Saints gaming roster, Tommy Kwai, also known as Aku Taiken. How you doing, man?
Doing all right, and it's pronounced Kui, but
Kui,
I
sorry,
appre-
sorry, sorry.
I appreciate the valiant effort.
I always have to get one. I got it out of the way off the start, so it should be flawless from here, right?
Yes.
Geez. Yeah, as we can see on the right hand side, we're just getting everybody in order for our first game. And looking at the roster here for the Saints squad, this is pretty well like a bunch of new people, which is pretty awesome to see. The only person I recognize is the substitute, who was, I think, the substitute last year as well.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about them all?
Well, we put him on as a sub because we wanted to potentially, you know, we needed a sixth player, and he was like the best option,
Of course.
and he has been improving significantly over the last 6 months or so.
Wonderful. And then how about the rest of the squad that we have here? I know, or I should say, when I was talking about recognizing people, I recognized another player, but he wasn't on League of Legends last year.
No,
He,
you're talking about Frez,
I'm talking
right?
about Frez, exactly. He
Yeah,
was on Hearthstone last year, and
yeah.
now
He swapped over
seems
to League.
got the bug to play some League, and apparently he's pretty dang good at it too. If he can just switch over the games. But in
Well,
regards to, or sorry, go ahead.
no, you can go ahead.
I was gonna say, now how about roles here? Because I from looking at your guys' chat earlier, talking to you guys, it sounds like we were talking about the substitute. He's gonna have to play game one, isn't he? Like, and where's he gonna fit
Uh,
in? What's happening here?
game. He's the substitute support.
Substitute support. Is that where he's gonna be playing as well today?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So at least put him where he's familiar. That works out. Does anybody else have to play an off role in order to compensate that?
No, not at all.
Everybody still gets their comfortable roles. All right, all right.
We have to use our sub right off the bat.
Hey, it's good. That's why we have him, right?
Yep, that's why I picked him up.
Now, let's take a look who else we have here. See Blazin in there, but he's the coach. He's probably not playing today.
Yes. No, you wish he was playing with that
No,
patented syndrome.
he he had to make it fair for everybody else, so he's playing the coaching role this semester, right?
Yes.
Same thing with you, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But now
Well,
let's
I'm actually not. I technically can't even be a player at all.
oh no. Fair enough. All right, now let's take a look down at the rest of our squad here as we wait for everybody else to finish up their orderings here. Of course, we were talking about the sub. We were talking about Barnacle Boy. Talked about Frez already. Now, how about Trick? Where'd he come from?
Frick, he's a new tryee.
Oh, brand new,
I
eh?
think I think Trick and Eel are new students coming into this upcoming semester.
Very nice.
And they're also enrolled in the pretty sure they're enrolled in the esports program as well
Oh, how about that?
at the college.
Well, perfect. They get a little bit of experience as a player before they get started with the business side of things.
But other than that, we pretty much had to build the team from scratch again.
Yeah, must be exciting, but a little nerve wracking, I'm sure, at the same time. Trying
Yes.
to start from scratch once
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. But currently everyone's just trying to navigate the client as
Hmm.
it's mental booming itself as it is.
Unfortunate. I did see something where someone was having a disconnect bug, so it wouldn't be
Yes.
a broadcast here if something didn't go wrong right off the start, but it's okay. Few more things I think to quickly talk about. We didn't even necessarily talk about our opponents here today. This is of course, in the Ontario Post-Secondary Esports League, brand new league, first time or in their inaugural season. So it's pretty exciting. And then our opponents is none other than Carleton University, which I can't remember if we've played necessarily in League of Legends, but I know we've had a bit of a rivalry in things like I think it was Rocket League, maybe Hearthstone. I can't remember, but taking a look at their squad, it seems The lowest I'm seeing is a Platinum 1, so a relatively solid squad. And you guys happen to do any additional research, extra stratting around these guys?
No, we tried,
Oh, yeah.
but to no avail.
They didn't make it easy for you, eh?
Oh no, definitely not.
That's all right.
But it looks like this could be a really good matchup in the mid lane, though.
Okay, so who do we've got in mid for Saints, and who are we up against on the side of Carleton?
Yule for St. Clair
Right.
versus P P-Tulp.
Okay,
P-Tulp of Carleton University.
gotcha.
Yule has said that he has run into him a couple times in solo queue,
Well, that's actually
so
cool.
this should be fun.
And what does like I guess while we're awaiting on this game to get moving, like what are some of the preferred like favored champions, even if they're not necessarily strong or meta? What's what's Yule's go to?
Pretty much anything that's playmaking, carry potential. So
Okay,
less utility like Galio and more like Oriana or like anything of the sorts. AP assassin, anything really. He's
that's
a very
funny.
flexible player.
I was literally just about to say, oh, so he wants a carry, so he's not playing Oriana. Oh dear God! And how long it's been since I've paid attention. Then if Ori is carrying,
Ori's a very she's a very good control mage because she has a really safe early game, but if she scales, then she becomes a burst mage
that's fair. That's fair.
that has a good amount of CC.
Gotcha. And then how about we go? Well, we already started in the middle, so we're kind of cheating. Let's go top to bottom here. So if Prez, I got to see a couple of his games earlier just for fun. I don't know if those were ranked games or what, but I seen some Camille.
Yeah,
And
they were ranked games.
okay. And tank, or is he like assassin base? Is he like the carry as well? What's going on with Prez?
He's like I would say he just plays whatever the team needs him to be.
Hey, that's a good start.
So it can either be a split push menace like Camille or Jax or anything like an Ornn or a Mordekaiser, anything of the sorts.
Gotcha. And then in the
I,
jungle, who do we got?
we got Trick.
Right.
He is more of a carry jungler, if I do say so myself, because I
Okay.
am myself a carry jungler when I play.
Where's that Shaco at?
Oh, we will never talk about that in competitive ever again.
It hurts to see.
Uh-huh.
So if he was playing carry junglers, then where would what would he end up playing? If I may ask.
If I haven't seen too much of his games, but he's been dabbling in one of the newest champions actually, Lilia.
Okay,
Surprising enough,
that's the
because
fawn and faunicer, right?
yeah,
A little bit,
the
a
the
couple.
baby
Yeah,
version of or rather the baby child of Hecarim and Darius
interesting.
and Zoe. You can't forget about the sleep.
Ah, yes, of course. Now on the 80 carry side, from what I've been seeing in pro play anyway, it's a lot of Ash Caitlyn.
Ash,
Is
Caitlyn, and Senna
and
actually.
Senna, that's correct as well. Yeah. So is that where our 80 carry? First off, who is the 80 carry? And then is that going to be kind of where we're looking more than likely, or we got
Oh,
a personal favorite that he might have a lot of experience on?
I think he's a very. I think he just plays everything because there's only so many ADCs you can play, right? Compared to a lot of other roles,
Right.
you have a restricted pool compared to like say mid lane or jungle even.
Okay. And then support wise, so we're going to have Barnacle Boy in today. The last time I remember, maybe like it had been a couple semesters ago, actually, we had seen him on, I think it was an Alistar. But I've not seen Alistar in Pro in a good while. Hello, Kitty
Oh
Cat.
no.
Oh, the glories of casting at home. But sorry, so no Alistar. So what would we probably the Barnacle Boy on today?
Um, Probably a tank support, maybe an enchanter, because
Tank support.
enchanters are meta right now.
Okay.
But I haven't seen him play too much with our ADC, so I don't know what they're gonna be like.
Well, might as well get it tested out during this preseason match. Of course, going for the
Very true.
win. So we'll see what happens. Okay, Trix finally successfully dodged the disconnect glitch and has joined the game. So we'll
Mhm.
be hopping into Champ Select very, very shortly. Forward to that. There we go. They're all lining up for us here. Perfect. Oh,
So
looking.
whenever the players say that they're ready to start, we can just start the champion select.
Mm-hmm.
Or rather, in this case, the Carleton's captain will start
Oh yeah, I
the
guess he
drafting
is
phase.
the
Yes.
he is the owner, so it is what it is. Yeah, looking forward to this first time back in broadcasting anything Saints, especially League of Legends. It's been a good little while since I've done anything League, so this is going to be extremely exciting for me personally. I'm happy to have you here to assist and correct and give me the knowledge, give me the lowdown on the teams and where I might be absolutely full of it in terms of game mechanics. But we are good to go. Coach is asking me, so let's get it on. Looks like taking a look now that I see all of the Saints players in the lobby. So the lowest one, Frez. I had taken a look at his profile earlier. He went from like silver to plat in one season. If I'm
Uh,
correct,
y- yeah, I think so.
that's pretty sick, actually. All
So
right.
getting in champ select to you got Echo ban right off the bat, so it might be a target ban towards the captain of Carleton, maybe.
Okay. Now I remember him being in the mid lane a lot, but have I think I've seen something about Neko jungle. I could be wrong.
Yeah, Echo is a pretty good flex pick because you play him either in the mid lane or jungle.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
but Carleton not wanting to deal with the ornaments
Oh yes, of course.
as we call it, because everyone knows if Orn gets to level 13, 14, then free real estate for his team in terms of gold efficiency and items.
Now you say everybody knows, but I am not one of those everybody. So what about his late game? I know he's a beefy boy and that he
Yes,
can make items in lane.
he's like, wow, another. Oh, that is towards
At a target?
Yule. Yes, I think that is a target. It is
Oh,
a playmaking
that'd
mid
be
lane champion.
that'd be right down his alley. It definitely makes sense. LeBlanc pick out of there.
But the Cosmos Man seems kind of interesting though, because as I don't recall ever seeing Trick play Kha'Zix unless it's just a meta ban. That is definitely a meta
Oh,
ban.
that is without question a
S-
meta ban. Even I know that one. Ash off the table.
Since St. Clair are on blue side, they either are gonna force Carlton to ban Caitlyn or Senna, and then pick up one or the other, or unless
Makes
they have a
sense.
different plan up in mind, or in mind rather, should I say?
Right. Wait for it. Then the third ban before he gets started is going to be the
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn. So the two 80 carries that were quite meta, to say the least. Off
Yep,
it, and
yeah, I
there
called
goes the
that.
Senna pick. You called it out right off the bat.
So Carlton have the option here to either. I mean, Senna can technically be flexed into either ADC or support,
Right. She
but
was initially.
most
Sorry, go ahead.
initially support. Yeah,
Yeah.
initially she was a support, but then the fasting meta happened with Rod's changes to her passive.
Okay.
But now she's mainly an ADC.
Right. So now.
But Rod is looking to gut her on the Worlds patch actually.
Oh. And okay. And Ezreal, I'm guessing that's more of a personal pick. From what I remember, Ezreal seems always okay, but everything relying on skill shots is kind of scary, if I recall correctly.
But the Grace pickup here for the early game.
Oh, hang on though.
Oh, oh, Shyvana.
All
Well,
right.
this is an interesting pick as well because this can be flexed into both jungle and top lane
Right.
because you have two different playstyles of Shyvana. You have the AP poke mage in the jungle that shoots fireballs at the enemy team, and then you have the bruiser top lane that
Mhm.
just does not want to die.
And then correct me if I'm wrong, but Shiv's still relatively quick in terms of jungle clear.
Oh, she's still one of the fastest, but I don't think because she gets very low in the jungle. So if the enemy jungle finds you in the jungle, then you
Right.
are toast,
Gotcha.
like this guy's toast.
There you go. Now on the other side, back on the St. Clair side, we have a Shen picked up. Nice
Shen.
safe pick overall from what I understand. Just shields and tanky boy for days, and
Oh,
that is going to be oh, it's actually going to be Barnacle Boy's specialty. I think he likes the Nautilus,
that
right?
yes, that is one of his comfort picks.
Oh, perfect.
But
Get that out of the way.
the Shen and Nautilus pick go very well with Senna because they're tanks and they can last long in fights while
Mhm.
Senna heals them in DPSs.
All right, then we got the pit boss. We got Set on the other side here for Carleton, and now we get to get rid of a couple more champions.
So now they can either go for because St. Clair has already picked their bot lane and top lane. Well, you don't know if it's Jungle Shen because TSM did reveal the Jungle Shen in playoffs.
Right, I remember seeing that.
Everyone was spamming River Shen in chat.
Yes.
Oh,
The-
there's the Leo ban I was
uh,
talking about.
all right, so taking that away from Trick there. We did see Saints kind of hover it a little bit earlier, so I wonder if they kind of showed their hand a little bit.
Just maybe just a tad little bit.
And there goes Zoe. And Bard also taken off the table for St. Clair. It's weird seeing Bard actually be good. Like,
Yeah, it's the
I'm just
reason
used to
why is
trolls.
because his ulti actually counteracts Rift Herald on the initial charge.
Oh,
So
so
if you use your ulti as Bard on the tower before right as it charges, then it just does not charge at all.
wow. And then that charge, of course, is a massive chunk of damage. So
Yeah.
that definitely makes sense. It's crazy that it'd be that strong just for that. But I mean, I guess you're saving gold from saving tower plates or whatnot, or even just towers in general, right? So
Yeah. I
makes
mean,
sense.
Bard is also an infinite scaling support with his meeps, his passive.
True.
Because the more meeps he has, the more damage his auto attack does every now and then.
Okay,
Fresh.
then.
Interesting pick though.
Interesting. And do you got the battle of two hooks in the bot lane?
Two hooks, one bot lane.
Yes.
But
We
now
got
St. Clair rounding out their comp with a control mage mid lane. Oh,
oh, don't
is
do
it
it.
is that is that the Barnacle Boys special? Are we gonna see the River Shen and then Nautilus top lane?
I highly doubt that.
Oh,
It definitely,
absolutely doubt it.
as much as I'd love to see it, I highly doubt it. And yeah, sure, the Graves would be a solid round up here. So Shen probably going up top, and Oriana here for Yule.
Yep.
One more
St. Clair
pick.
has a very team fighty esque team, if I do say so myself.
Hmm.
Because you have the Oriana Shockwave to zone control the enemy team. Oh,
And the Galio to round things up here on the side of Carleton. So that is going to be a jungle shiv. It looks like if this does stick.
I think it will be.
That is a relatively beefy squad there, and I think a
Both teams are
scary
equally
team in
tanky.
terms of engage, if I do think about it.
Both teams have relatively good amounts of engage with Oriana Shockwave, Nautilus, Anchor Toss, and his ulti as well.
Yeah, I
And then you
think
have
they're good.
Shyvana just diving in there with the Galio right behind him as well.
Right. The thing that makes me kind of nervous, though, just from the outsider's perspective looking in, is how do you set up the Ori Shockwave to begin with? Yes, it's a fantastic engage, but normally you want to throw it on somebody who's diving, and unless the Shen is just going to pop out of his ult and instantly receive the ball after taunting, it feels like that's a bit of a delayed engage. So Like otherwise, you got Nautilus. Sure, he's got to land the hook. He'll get close to one person. But what about those big juicy shockwaves that everyone always dreams about and clips
I think
on
it's gonna be.
Reddit?
I think it's gonna be the Graves actually.
You think he's going to be the one diving in?
Because remember his passive. Every time he dashes towards or uses his quick draw, his E, he gets a stack of, I think it's called grit. It
Right.
gives him bonus armor every stack.
Okay.
So
I still think
Galio can't really kill him. Set really can't kill him. Shyvana definitely won't be able to kill him because he can just build Maw negate 2 of them from killing him.
okay.
Then Set will mainly just be diving backlog and trying to ult in either the Orianna or the Senna. Or rather suplex, should I say.
Right. And if I recall correctly, you want to take a tank and just like smack him with it, right? So like
Yeah.
grab Nautilus for example and try to hit Oriana with it.
Yeah. Or if they get a good flank off, he can just suplex a carry into his team and they just focus him down.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So of course we are on the spectator delay. We are also on a 5-minute delay on the stream itself. So a couple more moments here and we'll get into the game. But of course, to keep it as fair as possible, going to be a little bit behind so that no possibility of anything fishy going around here.
It's also mainly to keep competitive integrity in check.
Absolutely.
But did you hear about CS:GO?
I did
Something
hear about
happened?
CS:GO.
Three coaches getting banned.
It's always the scary thing about
Yeah.
any sort of like the esport or
Yeah.
esports that they're a program at the end of the day, right? Somebody can find a bug and oh dear, it can be a problem. And it's sad to see that some of like CS:GO's past results are a little
And this is
bit
at the
messed
top.
up.
This is at the top level of CS as well, if you think about it, like the highest level of Counter Strike.
Hey, at least their entire competitive community didn't get completely destroyed to other reasons. Smash. I'm so sorry, but yeah, 30 seconds before we hop into game here.
But we're likely going to see Trick have early control for the first maybe 10-15 minutes because Graves can can clear relatively easily without losing any HP compared to Shyvana.
Right. Yeah, you're
He can
saying
get
Shiv
very
gets
low.
extremely low, so like
So if the Graves can find the Shyvana in the jungle, she just can't play the game anymore.
yeah, being able to clear is nice and all. But yeah, at the end of the day, you do have to survive, which is kind of critical. And I'm of course Trick gonna know that. I'm sure maybe you'll even see Yule or the top side with Frez maybe possibly try to help out with a little bit of an invade at some point, maybe. Be soon enough.
I definitely do see an invade as a possibility. Both teams can invade relatively reliably because
Invade
each
like
team
early
will
or like
yes,
okay.
like early on, like when the game starts. Because if you look at each team, they have a good amount of level 1 CC. You got Shen Taunt, you got Senna Snare, Nautilus Hook, and his passive auto attack snare. But then on Carleton's side, you have Set. I don't know what his E is called, but if he gets in between them, he can stun them. You have Galio Taunt. You also have Thresh Hook as well.
Hmm.
So we're either gonna just see a standard 5-point, or one team's gonna invade through either mid, top, or bot.
Makes sense to me.
Interestingly enough, both ADCs taking teleport.
That is still something I'm trying to wrap my head around here. That is not normal from what I remembered, but things have probably changed significantly since the last time I remember.
You mainly only see teleport on 80 carries for like obviously like pro play where it's like highly coordinated, or in like the top level of solo queue, which is like challenger grandmaster.
Mm-hmm.
But teleport is not very. I mean, if you get like behind, teleport is not a bad summoner spell to take. But if you don't make any use out of it, then it's just a placeholder for late game.
All right. This has been what we've been waiting for. Finally, it's been so many months, but we're finally back into some competitive Saints gaming action. Good to get some League of Legends, and right off the start, it looks like we saw a Trick looking to get a little bit aggressive towards that the Raptor camp, but it is kind of guarded off by Patalp. A little bit of
They're
damage.
just looking to get early awards down for the Raptor camp.
Mm-hmm.
But the Gallia just not letting him, so he'll only get a award in the control bush, or the pixel brush rather, should I say?
I'm sitting there hoping that Frez goes in with like a taunt, but taking taunt at level 1 is probably a bad idea now that I think about it. So don't listen to me. There's a reason why I'm just casting, right?
You mainly only take taunt level 1 when you're either going to be invading, or if you're like support or something, just looking for level 1 cheese as the enemy bot laner is coming to lane.
Both of them starting at their reds.
Galio taking a lot of poke.
That was
early
actually
on.
Pretty significant here. Quarter health gone with essentially 1 exchange. Make that half. You'll get extremely aggressive.
He's gonna have to pot here. He's just taking so many autos.
And that's just from level 1. Imagine Ori getting 1 more spell.
And Neo looks like he's setting up for a slow push, so maybe looking for a Chitter recall. So maybe for like an early Dark Seal.
Calm down for the briefest of moments here. Looks like in the mid lane, Patalp was able to get at least 1 engage a guy and try and even it up. But of course, those potions being gone are going to make things a little difficult. Still has 1 on hand if need be, though. Prez taking a bit of harassment here, it looks like. Only now just getting into level 2.
Looks like the Shyvana is possibly anticipating the Graves going into his bot side.
Up on the top side, a really bad exchange there for Frez. Going to be taken down to about a quarter HP. Yeah, and he's just getting completely harassed up there in that top lane. But bot lane, we have an engagement as well. Barnacle Boy going to force the flash after getting a hook, but the return hook from Iman is going to put some damage back onto Barnacle Boy. And I'm not sure if this is just me, but I'm getting a little bit of stuttering here on the spectator side of things.
Yeah, I think I'm a little behind.
Okay, interesting.
But you also notice that the Shyvana backed after only doing her top side.
Right.
But she was very low because she was anticipating the Graves vertical jungling.
That was actually a brutal engage there from Patalp. It's going to be healed down to like 15% health at this point. Got those cookies and potting up as best as possible, but this lane very quickly starting to spin around in the side of Patalp's favor.
Gallia just keeps shoving her in, so the Orianna has no opportunity to retaliate.
Yeah, only now Patalp finally going back to base. Get some additional items, but down bot we do see Shenong on the Shyvana possibly looking for a gank, but we also have a gank happening at top about the same time. See Trick starting to sneak in there.
Oh.
Gonna just get ready to back out, see if he can bait something.
Oh.
Taunt does hit, however, this is a little bit disappointing. Not pulling it just quickly. He's gonna go in pretty much as he goes down. Brutal there on the side of St. Clair, but he might be able to answer back. Might have to burn a flash for it.
Guess the trade.
Oh, hang on though.
But the Galio TP. He dies to the Krugs to prevent Gallia from getting any assist gold.
Yep, there it goes.
But that means he'll lose a little bit of minions in the mid lane. But Shenong will be there to pick some solo EXP as well, so that's really good for him.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate there. Up top was a little bit of delayed reaction, it felt like. Like, Frez was baiting so hard that he got himself taken out. Trick just wasn't quite there.
Shenong sneaking an early Mountain Dragon?
It does appear so.
Does Trick anticipate this?
This isn't warded in the slightest either, so this could be a nice quick steal here for the side of Carleton.
Just tricksing that, seeing Patel posture like that means that Shenong is on Dragon.
Yep, there it goes. So nicely done there from Shenong, getting the initial Dragon pretty completely uncontested.
Oh, gank in the mid lane. Oh, Shockwave into tower.
Yeah, there it goes, pulls them in. Turret's going to do a little bit of extra damage, and it does appear that I am just ever so slightly behind here, so I do apologize for any confusion there.
Should I? I'm going to slow down a little bit for you.
All right.
So what is your in-game time?
In-game time, 6:05.
6:05. Can you count for me?
10, 11, 12, 13.
14.
Yeah, there you go.
16, 17. Okay.
Yeah,
we
we're
should
good.
be synced. We should be synced now.
Yeah, a little bit of an off spot there. Not sure if it was just my side or what, but a little bit of a leg spike throwing a wrench into things. Do apologize about that. But we're still going, and top lane looks like it's about to have a little bit of fun. We got 3 members all looking for Frez's head, and that is going to be quick kill there on the Frez. The Shen going down. That's going to get picked up by Shyvana.
And since Shenong snuck that dragon, Graves actually has no counterplay to that 3-man dive top lane.
Yeah, even if he was there, he probably would have just gotten taken out as well. How much damage did they end up doing on turret? I'll have to take a look later. Down on the bot side, bit of an engage onto Neverstory, who's going to Essence Flux out of there and be completely safe.
I can't help but notice that the Senna took Call, but Ezreal did not. So she's gonna have a little bit of a gold advantage once she completely stacks that Call. Additional 350 gold into her pockets.
In a game where every little piece of gold counts, that's definitely going to be huge. And actually, this could be a takedown here. A nice one. It's going to be Senna. Lazzy, I think you told me, right?
Yes.
Lazzy picking that one up. First kill as the Saints in a match. Let's go.
Since Carleton saw the Graves bot side, I would like to see the Shyvana try and sneak a Herald.
I mean, if she already did the Dragon, might as well try the Herald too, right? And
Indeed.
it's apparent that like Saints aren't looking for that kind of thing right now, so you might be able to pull it off. Granted, the Herald is probably a little bit more difficult, but it'd still be possible.
Or he's gonna look for a reset. He has completed his runic echoes.
Up on top, Frez nearly got himself solo dived by Gus, but the turret coming in clutch, bringing them extremely low. But that health regeneration on set is really coming in clutch right now.
Looks like Frez is trying to set up a freeze in the top lane here.
Mm-hmm.
But Gus getting a ward in at the enemy blue buff, rather Saints blue buff.
And now
they have double wards.
This vision right now, actually, from Carleton in general, is just absolutely brutal. So much jungle space from St. Clair is absolutely like warded up. There is no sneaking around. And Frez very well could go down here again. It's going to be the dive. Slams them down. Gus going to take care of it. Battle continues into towards this blue buff. The unstoppable dragon coming in, nearly blowing them both up. But here comes Galio, and that is going to finish off Trick. Down in the bot lane, Lazzy getting taken down by Iman. Barnacle Boy running for his life. I think he went to go ward, and that's when they jumped. And solid play overall right here from Carleton, looking good.
Almost getting sniped from Fog of Vision by Shenong. Took a shot in the dark and almost hit that mark.
You ever just want to snipe somebody with a fireball? That sounds so fun. Possible another engage. Down on bot side, Barnacle Boy taking a ton of damage. However, they're still getting aggressive on this as Lazzy going to pick up the one. Barnacle Boy still hanging on for dear life. These shields coming in just in time. And they're going to trade this off. It's actually going to be Senna taking the kill once again. Lazzy with the double.
So much gold on that Senna. They're in a prime position to scale very quickly into this game.
Although, yes, they cut the double down bot. But we were just talking about how Shannon could probably take the Herald, and that she did. Takes it out, and now we'll get to see Shelly at some point during this match here. Probably not at this top turret, because this thing's basically dead to rights by itself.
You missed the taunt. I think he should give that turret up. He can't defend it.
Level 9 to level 7 right now for Frez. That hurts.
You hate to see it. Oh, how?
Oh, caught between a rock and a hard place, but here comes the dragon over the side. That moment when your Thresh throws you the lantern, you weren't going to take it, but you feel like a like an idiot if you don't, so you go back to take it anyway, and that's a lot of damage. Oh.
As Freako said,
that's
a lot of damage. Rather
tons of damage. Absolutely, and we're going to get the engage here. Barnacle Boy, pretty much the only one going in, but here comes the nice shockwave coming out here from Yule. Going to find the one. The dragon is also going to go over to the side of Saints. They're trying to get out of here before the Galio comes back. He's gotten close. Oh. That's a huge taunt, actually. But Talb, big play, but nobody going down right now on the side of Carleton. So many low health bars. You're going to find one. Neverstory going down. There's still a duel in the top. How Frez even got that close with that level disadvantage is beyond me. And then here's another kill for Yule. The 2 carries on the side of St. Clair getting all the gold.
Frez actually stand united Lazi so he could survive with the little HP that he had.
Fantastic.
He probably got suplexed by the set, and then he just got ran down.
Right, because you still get the shield even if it gets canceled, right?
Yes.
Okay. This one's confirmed. So yeah, sure. If it means losing your fight up top, or you're getting your carry some gold, that's a team player right there.
100%. But we're seeing a Carleton bot lane going into the mid lane.
Yeah, looking to possibly put some pressure on there. We don't have Dragon or Harald up for a little bit at least. I don't think they've used it yet. Or did they?
I think you're still behind me for some reason. What is your in-game timer?
12:30.
12:30. Wait, so we are on time.
Maybe I'm just looking at the wrong thing, missing some things. Hey, first match back.
I have the auto directed camera on.
Gotcha. Okay.
But Shyvana got 2 solo plays down the bot lane before they expired.
Okay.
So it's 320 gold into her pockets.
And gold overall right now, Carleton a little bit ahead, but like just barely over 1,000. But we have the engage. Lazi getting taken down, instantly nuked by the dragon, and he's out of there.
They're looking for the last kill onto Barnacle Boy.
This is a terrifying sight, if I ever do say so myself here. The teleport's going to come in. This is a very low turret. They're going to try things out. They're going to trade hooks, and that's going to be the stopwatch. Going to stop this turret from doing anything. Frez is still pretty squishy. They're going to try something. No, Patalpa is going to go down. Teleport coming in as well. I think that's going to be set. There he is. Chasing down the Orianna. Yule is going to try and make the play. That shockwave did come in clutch. Now the duel under the turret. That'll do it. That's some huge shutdown gold going over to Gus.
But Gus should be dead here. There's no way out for him.
Oh yeah, I guess you're kind of in a rock and a hard place here. Do you want the Graves or the Senna? It's going to the Senna. They're going to trade shutdown gold, and this keeps it within 1,000 here for St. Clair.
Very scrappy fight, or rather, tower dive in the bot lane. But they even it out. Because I'm pretty sure that set had shutdown gold, did he? Yes, he did have shutdown gold. So that's 850 gold to the Senna.
That's exactly where you want it if you're St. Clair, either usually on the AD carry or the mid lane, right? So, perfect.
But I'm surprised to not see the Tear of the Goddess or the Seraph's Embrace build from Orianna, as it is used in competitive play a lot. Oh,
hello, by blue buff, going for the 3v1, but actually here comes Galio. Trick getting low, but is getting a ton of shielding here. It's going to be a ton. And hello, Dragon.
Downtown.
Sniping with fireballs is the name of the game here for Shyvana. I think we're going to trade this out at 1 apiece.
Unfortunately, you'll miss the shockwave onto Thresh there by a slight margin.
Can definitely be a finicky ult to try and get down. There's a bit of an attempt at an outplay here from Lassie. He still has a ton of health to try and get through. Just too tanky right now.
got his flash force though from the set threatening to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But now it seems we're in a little bit of a null state. We have both objectives spawning relatively soon. So the next Drake is indeed a Ocean Drake. So we're either gonna get a... Actually, no, it is Ocean Rift. I totally did not realize that it took two dragons. So it's gonna be Ocean Rift. So whoever gets this will be in prime position to win the game, because Ocean is one of the most powerful souls in the game.
That's in regards to mana, if I recall correctly, or something else?
Ocean Soul gives you health regen whenever you either take damage or deal damage, last time I checked.
And considering this squad on the side of Carleton is so beefy, that would be absolutely fantastic if they snagged that.
Soul for each team would be really good, but it would be very oppressive if the Saints got it. Because if you look at their team comp, their team comp is all based around team fighting instead of split pushing. Looks like Battleborn's getting caught out.
Yeah, instantly gets jumped on. But that's a lot of abilities here. But there's the Shockwave going to get two tanky members, but it's going to be about it. This could be a quick dragon.
Yule getting chunked though from Shinnok. Can Trick steal the dragon?
Oh, he's going to try, but it's going to be secured by Neverstory. They're going to trade out a kill as well, but Yule's going to go down in the end. And hello, Shyvana. Fireball double.
Now they're going to go to Rift Herald here.
Would be an extremely easy transition in theory. Just clean up some minions and fire it down mid.
It looks like Lazi's already ahead of the game on the Rift Herald, but Gus is on his way there.
And to be honest, he could probably defend that area all by himself. He's going to look to even possibly get a steal on this thing. This thing's already down to half HP.
No,
there it goes.
Saints do not have vision of the rest of Carleton, so they choose the safer option and let it go.
And you let go a dragon, you let go two heralds.
So that's two Rift Heralds to the side of Carleton University.
Yeah, that's just a lot of gold. That's a lot of additional tower damage. It's a lot of pressure.
We'll see a lot more damage with that Medjai's on Shyvana. We'll see how many stacks you can get it to.
It'd be absolutely incredible. 6 eliminations, no deaths. Quite the start here from Shnong.
Set and Shyvana carrying Carleton throughout the game, but I'd like to see if they can pick off Lazi or Yule in the upcoming team fights.
That's going to be the big, I guess, difference maker, right? I mean, even Trick's been getting some decent gold here from getting a bunch of eliminations, is on par with Yule and Lazi. But blow up Yule instantly, blow up Lazi instantly, and it is basically lost here from Saints, at least in my opinion.
But Shyvana is in prime position to fireball her way to victory for him and his team.
The fact that the E sniping bill is actually a thing is kind of funny.
Ooh, barely manages to dodge the hook.
Oh, here we go. This is a rough spot to try and be in. If you're the Saints, I think that's a lot of AoE damage, but this could be the chance for Yule to shine. But he's kind of zoned out to the right. There is a massive 3-player taunt. Trick going to try and kite his way out of this one. And then Shen,
massive shockwave.
A little bit late to the party, but yes, that shockwave got himself a double.
Now it's just Yule by himself.
Oh, dear. Okay, they're going to probably pass this for now.
Has to flash.
The props to Yule there for at least taking 2 back by himself, basically.
But they're going to drop Rift in the mid lane and take the remaining tier 1 tower.
Shelly has responded and is coming to take the rest of this mid tower. Walking slowly, menacingly, and charges forward. Goodbye, tower. As this gold lead for Carleton just gets more and more brutal. So much damage here coming out from Carleton.
But 22 stacks on almost canceled the recall.
Nearly got him.
But looking at the gold graphs here, everyone else on Shyvana and Set are ahead of their counterparts, but the rest of Carleton is behind. It's a couple thousand gold, maybe 3,000.
Gosh, I feel bad here for Frez, to be honest, because he is basically a paperweight. Not to be like completely brutal, but
He's a walking ward.
yeah, he's been battered on for so long. He's got himself some assists, so he's been in the right place with some of these shields. Be able to get a little bit of gold off that, but not tanky enough to really make a superior difference. He's basically a taunt in a team fight. He's a taunt and a shield, and that's basically it. Just has no staying power because of how badly he got taken down on the during the laning phase. 8-0. Jesus.
Also, you gotta keep in fact that the needlessly large rod coming from the Shyvana, I can't help but think that's gonna be a death cap in conjunction with the
Oh my goodness.
with the max stacked on Medjas. How much AP does she have right now?
That is a
She
good
has
question.
389 ability power.
That's ridiculous.
So that's gonna be a very huge power spike once she gets her death cap completed.
Her ability where the flames surround her too, does that also scale off AP?
Yes. Her whirlwind of fire that goes around it, that's based off AP.
Yeah, so at least, dang, she even has a little bit of consistent damage too, eh? Holy smokes. I'm not used to seeing AP Shyvana, but I kind of want to steal this build right now.
The Saints choosing not to contest the third ocean.
Yeah, I don't think they could even really try. They weren't in position. They weren't not exactly in the spot to try and take a team fight either. So they get a turret for themselves, but that's
the
about
map
it.
is just too dark for them. But now Carleton University at Soul Point.
Right.
So if they get this, then they're just gonna be a lot harder to kill for the side of Saints Gaming.
Right. The fourth dragon, like the soul, it's an additional like extra buff, correct?
Yes, it gives you health regeneration whenever you get hit. Last time I checked.
Gotcha. That's the same thing with the fourth dragon, because from what I understand, like it boosts the most It boosts the most dominant trait or something like that. Okay.
Are you talking about Infernal Drake?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure Infernal Drake gives you Adaptive Force. And then the Infernal Soul gives you like an extra bit of little damage, like a damage proc.
Right.
Like a static shiv, kind of, but not really.
Mixing up my dragons and my souls over here.
But like Carleton's looking for a play in the top lane. But Trick in the brush. Oh,
Well, massive engage and actually barely surviving Shenong. Hanging on, and then Gus did end up winning that duel in the bot lane. Prez going down once again, even underneath the turret. That's going to be another tower down.
just how Carleton are playing these fights, or rather initiating these fights, is just too much for how behind Saints is right now.
They just seem to find a flank every single fight. And it's just a lot to do with either like lack of warding, lack of vision, or just the reaction times aren't there at the moment.
I think it's just how much or how behind Frez and Trick are in terms of golden items.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't help, even if they do find themselves a fight that they can find even footing on with them being so behind. They're just not hitting or don't have the staying power like they should. And Baron buff now in play here for Carleton, looking to possibly seal the deal or at least take out a couple more turrets and maybe some inhibs at this point.
It looks like both ADCs have recently completed their Miramana upgrade from Manamune, so they'll be doing a little bit more damage with every auto attack. But the death cap coming in from Shyvana, that is a lot of AP on that Shyvana.
Oh my goodness.
666 AP.
Oh
the devil's number.
Unbelievable. The demonic dragon has arrived.
The satanic dragon.
Yeah, see Carleton once again sneaking their way through the jungle, just warding before even looking to put any sort of pressure on. And just the fact that they're sitting there in the jungle is so scary. Like, I feel like they're here. I don't want to poke my head, but we have to get rid of wards. I need to kill minions. I need my camps, but I can't move.
They're not making effective use of Baron relatively well. Oh, Shyvana just ulting in the jungle for her. Okay.
That was unfortunate on their part. Excuse me, just went straight into a wall with that, tried to hop over. It would have been a perfect engage too, that would have been brutal, but did not have the space to clear it.
I think she only ulted like that to look for a long range poke. If I do
just strictly for the fireball?
Yeah.
That'd have been impressive.
Even I do it sometimes when I play Shyvana jungle.
On this bot side, looking rough. Frez, the only one able to try and defend up against Gus. If we know, we've seen time and time again here how many times Gus has been able to dominate that matchup. However, Saints are looking to possibly get something started here. We got Lassie kind of shrouding them in. There's going to be the flash, the hook. That's going to be Thresh getting taken down, pressured down to half HP. Flash with the ignite on him.
Dotting
Still
Shadow.
alive. Finally goes down. Lassie going to pick up a kill. We do have the flanks though.
Set on the flank.
Ace just dives right in, slams down, and that's going to be Trick taken down. Barnacle Boy as well. Big Taunt's going to get the carries, and we see a lot of red bars on the side there. A lot of eliminations on the side of Carleton. Lassie, the only one to survive this ordeal, and it's not going to be for long. How much does a fireball do? Let's see it.
Too much damage.
Just too much damage. That is going to be the ace. We're going to probably have ourselves a finish here.
Not looking for the Ocean Soul, they're going for the mid inhibitor instead. Looks like they're going to leave Shenong to solo Ocean Dragon.
Yeah, fair enough. They may be able to get a little bit of damage onto these center turrets as well. Maybe get one of them down before everyone starts spawning, because the only one alive right now is Barnacle Boy.
They might get both here.
Yeah, they could just ignore Barnacle Boy at this point, and Trick, they can essentially just explode him, so this very well could be for the game. Barnacle Boy down to a quarter HP, Trick as well. The barely hanging out for dear life. Gus is on a tear. There goes Barnacle Boy, and he was finally taken down. Finally, at the 27-minute mark, Frez getting himself a kill and getting himself some revenge here onto Gus.
But this Shyvana, though, is on fire. 10-0, max stacks, and has a death cap.
So guess what's getting banned next game?
Definitely the Shyvana.
Absolutely. Putting on an absolute clinic as to how to make this build and make this champion work. Always good to see. I know it's Carleton, I'm saying like it's good to see it. I like to learn new strats and whatnot from these guys too. It's good to see some interesting plays. This is a best of 3. We can still see our Saints come back, of course. I mean, this one still isn't technically done either. We've seen crazier things happen.
100%. Oh no, 100%.
If this was my solo queue promo game, this would be a throw for sure.
That is a straight voice staff coming from Shenong on the Shyvana.
No.
So he's going to be dealing true damage to Saints Gaming.
Oh my god. Low key, can everybody just stack up real quick and just see how much it does to the entire team?
Yul and Lazi don't have magic resist, so they'll be getting true damage from that fireball if it ever hits them.
I don't think she's so powerful at this point. Even a little bit of magic resistance probably ain't going to help you at this point.
Oh no, has way too much AP.
Insta buy Guardian Angel. That's the only way to live.
I don't think that would even help them.
Nope, not in the slightest. Like, okay, I'll just wait for you and do it again.
Looks like Saints are looking for a possible team fight.
I mean, this could be a 5v3, and Neverstory nearly getting out of position. It's a good amount of damage, but all these heals and support items are going to come out and keep them topped off for the most part.
But Saints still have to deal with Gus in the bot lane, though. Split pushing.
Yeah, who wants to deal with this set? Gonna be
Yul. Shenong on the flank.
Yeah, coming around from behind. Saints spot it, though, so they're going to run back into base. Not going to get engaged on, not this time.
Baron is up for grabs right now. Looks like Carleton will be there first. They should melt this with how much damage that Shyvana does.
Absolutely.
The Saints just trying to get whatever they can in the jungle. Looks like they're gonna go for a pick in the bot lane on Gus.
I mean, I feel like they're going to need more than 2 at this point. They're going to try and burn the teleport for it, make it a 3-on-1. Gus is probably going to go down in this one. Going to pop the ulti. Actually, huge shield is going to make things difficult. He nearly brought that back to trade 1-for-1. I think he is going to finally go down. They're even going to burn the shockwave for this. They're burning everything. And he manages to get Yule out of this. Gus is on an absolute tear. How is he surviving? Prez finally going to get the kill, but it's too late. This fight has taken too long, and Shyvana is here, and the rest of the cavalry is coming.
Looks like Prez will be sacrificing himself.
They straight up didn't even bother. Just, okay, I guess I'll fire a fireball at you. And then in the top, don't forget about Never Story. He's had a quiet game.
He barely makes it. By the skin of his teeth, he gets out with the teleport.
Hey,
it looks like this might be game for Carleton. They haven't exposed Nexus.
Yeah, no turrets. It's just up to Lazzy, and good luck trying to defend versus 4. As strong as a player as he is, this is an impossible task. Galio coming up to save, and sure enough, that's going to be game number 1. Going over to the side of Carleton in a relatively convincing fashion. Well played to them, and props to Chenong on that 12 elimination, 0 death game. Fantastically done.
It was mainly his solo laners that actually enabled him to go 12-0 like that.
Oh, for sure.
Because
we saw him up top quite frequently, too, as well. I mean, if Gus was doing well, and Shtong was also part of the party. And then what were you going to say? Sorry.
They just did a great job of just keeping the Saint solo laners under their tower and giving Shenong free reign into the topside jungle.
Just looking at these items again on Shenong, oh my goodness. I think we're going to take ourselves a 3 to 5 minute break in between games. We'll let you hop back in and discuss some strategy with the squad. And we'll be back for game number 2 of our best of 3 between St. Clair College and Carleton University. Stay tuned. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting started with game number 2 in this best of 3 between Carleton University and St. Clair College. Carleton put on an absolute clinic there, including that crazy AP Shyvana there from Shinog. And sure enough, that's going to be the ban. Tommy, you're in talking some strategy with the guys. How'd everything go over there?
Well, everyone didn't bash each other, so that's
always a good start.
Yeah, very.
It's really easy to do after a game feels a little bit lopsided to just start cursing at each other, but it's good that they're not. And then sure enough, of course, insta-ban there on the Shyvana. Not going to be playing up against that again. Meanwhile, the side...
seen a Galio ban instead of the Shyvana, actually.
There were some pretty sick taunts coming out there from, it would have been Patalp, I believe.
Yeah, Patalp, yeah.
Couple 3-player, 5-player taunts just completely shutting down.
You got a 4-man taunt at one point. Last game as well.
Yeah, hopefully that didn't slip by the Saints squad, but since you're coaching, I'm sure you covered that.
I definitely would like to see a Galio ban instead of Shyvana, though, because she was only able to go, what was it, 12-0, because of her mid and top laners. They just got so much priority in lane.
Makes sense.
But looks like this time, Carleton University will be taking the center away from Saints.
It almost looks like a little deja vu here, except the other way around. Senna going to be first picked once again. Now it's on to the Saints squad to see what do they change up, or if they're going to try it again and focus on execution. We'll get to see. I know Frez is probably a little frustrated after that first one personally, after his lane didn't exactly go too good. And we have a Jhin first pick. I don't see Apex here. What is this? Of course, for those who don't know, we used to have Apex Snipe on this team. For the longest time, he played support for the team, but he was a Jhin one-trick.
He was a Jhin connoisseur, if I can say so myself.
A Jhin connoisseur, indeed.
But the Nautilus comfort pick again, though.
I mean, I feel like
from the side of Saints Gaming.
I feel like Barnacle Boy was probably fine that last game, so just going back to Nautilus, not a bad idea. And just try and do your best to protect your teammates as best as possible. But when you have a piercing fireball that doesn't care that you're in front of it, there's only so much you can do.
Oh, 100%.
Thresh coming back here for Iman did a solid job last game. That bot lane was extremely quiet, but they had a solid game themselves as well.
Indeed. Salah's very interesting pick here. This will limit what Saints can draft, because Salah can still ulties from the enemy team.
If he were to, for example, steal a shockwave, how would he throw a shockwave?
He can't.
He just straight up can't. Okay. I was going to say.
He would have to flash in himself and just be a dive bomb, essentially.
Okay. He doesn't get a soccer ball or something to play with instead?
No. he wishes.
And now this will be a first for me. We see the Lilia coming out here. Here I'm mentioning, I think it was Trick that was playing it?
Yes.
Lilia in the jungle.
But Carleton have to know that that's going to be a Lilia jungle.
Does she not do top very well?
She can do top into certain matchups, like tank matchups. It's the same thing. It's the same principle of a range versus melee matchup. Range will always win unless they mess up.
Right.
But it looks like Saints don't want to deal with
there it goes.
And the Galio.
Okay.
Again.
Getting rid of the front line completely from that last game. Gonna force.
Carleton did have an opportunity though to pick up the Salus for their last pick. Instead of the Salus.
Pick the what for the last pick? You said Silas twice.
Oh, sorry. Carleton could have picked up Galio instead of the Salus there, because it was not banned in first phase.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like more bans targeted towards Yule in the mid lane.
Yeah, no Syndra, no Zoe, and then Shen gonna come back out to play once again, so it's probably going on to Frez.
I think we're gonna see another lane bully coming from Gus in the top lane.
Like a classic Renekton or something like that.
Renekton, Camille, Fiora. Oh,
Unless
what
that
is
Silas is
in the
upper
jungle? It is gonna be Silas jungle. I totally forgot about that flex pick that you could do with Silas.
All right, then crafty. Very crafty indeed, as Azir just always a solid pick in mid lane almost no matter what the meta, it seems.
I'd say he's more of a niche pick because he can still ultimates, right? So
For
imagine
Azir?
no for Silas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So imagine
Oh.
imagine Silas having full built AP, right? Just stealing a Shen ulti. And then all of a sudden you get the enemy character gets 1,000 damage shield for no reason. You're like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, because you can hang on to that for a while, or do you have to use it right away?
Oh, you can hang on to it for a while. I think you can hang on to it for like 5 minutes. The last time I checked. Let me check real quick.
You literally could just go split push and pull a Shen, and this is definitely not Yasuo. This is
Yone.
Yone. Relatively new champion, I do believe, if not the newest.
I think he is the newest. Besides Samira, who'll be coming out in 10.19.
I'll be interested to see if that'll come out in time for us to play it right off the start when the season starts.
200 years of collective experience.
All right, so much different team comps because of the bans from both the Saints and Carleton. You get to see something essentially completely different here from both sides. This is nice to see. See Lilia and Yone for the first time for commentary. Silas, I know Silas has been out for a while, but I've never really gotten to see one play for a good while.
You can't hold it for 5 minutes. You can hold it for after you steal an ulti. You can hold it for 90 seconds. So a minute and a half is your time window to use that ultimate that you have stolen.
Okay, so you go up top, you steal it. Jen goes to teleport for a fight, and you follow him, basically.
Pretty much.
I mean, if you're AP and you can just make an impenetrable shield, by all means, just do it.
But I'm curious to see how Frez will be dealing with Clair in the top lane, because he is also another lane bully in the top lane.
He was always a weird one. At least I don't think it's necessarily a range poke this time, but he can definitely deal some decent damage. If I recall correctly.
But Carleton drafting very well around the Saints revealing the Jhin pick early on.
Right, because Jhin just straight up doesn't move, right? Like, he's very slow for the most part.
If you're tanky enough and you're against a Jhin, you'll just win.
Yeah.
Because he's limited to, 3 normal auto attacks and a 4th shot that does percentage health damage. Then he has to reload for, 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah, like, yes, he hurts, but he doesn't shoot that often compared to these other ones. And of course, God forbid he fires his ultimate and you're just able to jump on him while he's there, sitting duck in that case. I mean, Kled charging in with the rest of the squad could definitely catch a Jhin off guard. It's interesting to see the two style differences of the AD carries when Ashe and Caitlyn are both off the field. Like, and you get Senna taken away. Of course, Senna was the first pick both games, but it was Neverstory opt-in for the Ezreal, and Lazi now on the Jhin.
I would like to see an illusion coming from Lazi, actually.
I mean, you'd have mobility for days.
Because if you look at the two teams, Carleton University has a very scary team when it comes to scaling.
That's for sure.
Because you have the Senna scaling with her passive and the Azir Sand Soldiers as well. So if this game goes on for long enough, then I think Carleton just outscales them.
And we'll have to see if Saints can make the plays early and be the ones in the dominating position to stop any sort of scaling compared to how it was last time where Saints were sort of trying to scale and it just straight up didn't happen. Instead, the only thing that you were scaling was the size of Shyvana's fireball.
That's a lot of oil that they fed to that Shyvana.
Oh, without question.
Oh, we can make some good fried rice with that fireball.
Make it instant at that.
Instant. Okay, we're not in Japan here, where they have instant well, in Korea, because they have the Korean fire noodles.
I've heard of it. Yes.
Like they actually have a fried rice version of it.
Oh,
That's like that they sell in the freezer aisle.
interesting.
It is interesting. But looking at rune choice, Azir going for the poke setup for laning instead of the scaling from lethal tempo.
I mean, up against Yone, so he's melee, so he's going to be getting harassed constantly. It makes sense to kind of have something that can continue to poke him out, just try to dominate that initial early stage of the game.
That is 100% true. But Yule also is going the sustain setup with in terms of rune page with taking fleet footwork, and I'm assuming he's taking second wind and something else in the resolve tree as a secondary. But getting into game 2 here, we'll see what both teams decide to do.
And of course, this being a best of 3, Saints need to pull it together right here, right now. Otherwise, we're kind of going, or I'd say we're going home early, but I mean, we're already home. But the match would be over already, and I know personally, I want to see as much League of Legends right now as possible.
Just like in playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? FlyQuest making TSM go to game 5?
It was all part of the script, right?
Oh, all planned, bro. They had their PayPals and everything ready.
Oh.
But just before anything happens, what is your in-game timer, Danners?
I am currently hitting 105.
105? Okay, so looks like we are on point.
I'll let you know if there's any sort of stuttering going on my end here. That was a weird fluke during that first game, but props to you. We still made it work nonetheless.
Looks like Carleton is... Oh?
We making our
Saints
replays?
looking for an invade.
Yule's not a part of it, though. Just helps them go back to lane, go back to minions.
Oh, I got to stutter again.
Oh, no. Oh, we got ourselves some massive damage. This invade is going completely wrong here for St. Clair.
No.
Trading blows. Actually, big clutch up there
Trick.
from Lazi. Trick barely getting out with his life. This battle is still going on. Patalp is about to go down. Double kill to the Jhin before 2 minutes.
This is such a disaster for Carleton. 2 early kills onto the Jhin.
Oh,
That is
man.
so much gold on that Jhin right now. His first initial back is going to be humongous.
Oh, well, say goodbye to your early game there, bot lane. Unfortunate, but Gus actually going to go down. Frez going to get the first kill. Completely solo effort.
Oh my.
Holy smokes. And now he's going to be forced to TP right back in. He's going to be already down a level.
Fresh is
Massive
saying,
start.
it is my turn to be the bully now.
Yes, exactly. Being the bully on Shen of all things, that's very odd.
I mean, Shen surprisingly has a lot of damage if you don't respect it.
Mm-hmm.
From his what's his kick? Is it Vorpal Blades? No, Twilight Assault. Man, I'm still used to old Shen.
I was going to say, I think that was the old Shen, but you got it. Now we have the engage, but this is going to be a trap here on the side of St. Clair. Shnong's right there as well. Lazi going to just opt to go for the battle. He's got the big shot available. He is going to be able to trade this out 1-for-1. And
4
Shnong,
shot
though,
coming in. Oh!
there we go. Saints
Can they get
starting
this
off strong
Shenong?
now.
They do get the follow kill on Shenong, but...
And we got ourselves another duel in the top lane. Dead even at this point. Frez doesn't have any additional summoners, and sure enough,
Is this
Gus is
another
gonna
kill?
get that.
Nope. He remounted and gets a kill back.
the gimmick of Kled coming in clutch there. The character doing exactly what it's supposed to do, just trolling you with his little buddy coming back right in time. Can't remember what the buddy's name is, but the extra little shield coming in clutch.
This is a very scrappy game too, coming from both teams.
I mean, for the most part, this is exactly what Saints needed, but Carleton at least going to keep them in check, keep them in line with a couple kills of their own, but still, to already have over 1,000 gold lead, and we've only hit the 4-minute mark right now, that's crazy.
It looks like Shenang will look for an innovate into Trick's topside jungle here.
Yeah, currently sitting there on the red buff, and Trick at the Raptors pretty much right next door. If he's not careful, he could be in for a rude awakening. We have an engage down on bot lane once again. That's going to be Iman taking a ton of damage. Now a bit scrappy here in the mid lane as well, but of course, Yone just teleports away like it's no big deal. All was good, I did my damage, I'm out of here.
Shenang's just sitting in the topside jungle, just waiting for Trick to come to red buff. It looks like he won't bite for the time being.
Yeah, Trick really taking his time. He did go over.
He has to know now that something's going on.
Something's fishy. Now he actually started doing the buff now, so this could be a bit scrappy as well. That's going to be the smite over to Trick. He's going to get that red buff, and now this is going to put Silas Shenang in a very tough position. I think he was forced to flash over that, or had an ability to do so.
It was burnt in the early in the fight.
Right,
level 1.
Right, his dash or whatever. If he had a dash, it goes over. He got over one way or another using that Rift Herald pit.
If Trick still had his flash, I think Shenang would have been dead there.
Oh, without question. Constantly being slowed by that red buff. He would have had nowhere to go.
Oh, yeah.
No, this mid lane pretty dead even, though, eh?
Yep, that's the sustain setup of Yone.
Okay, big taunt from Frez up on the top lane, but we do have the Kled
remount?
The remount. I'm just going to call it that from now on. I keep forgetting what the thing's name is. But comes in with the shield once again, stopping any further aggression. However, Trick is right there, but he's on top of Ward, so Gus is going to run away. Be sword already for
Shenang is down so many camps though. 22 CS to 38.
That's brutal. Even when they went over to the red buff, when Shenang was just sitting there, Trick was level 4, Shenang was still 3, so losing the smite fight, because it does scale off by level, right? So
looks like Saints is looking for play in the mid lane, but they gotta be careful of the Shurima shuffle. Oh,
he's gonna teleport out of here. Frez gonna get it.
Oh my. What a play. They didn't even need the bot lane there. They was there for moral support.
I mean, they shoved that lane for the most part right to turret, so now they can go regroup, take this dragon, and by the time they're done it, they should probably be able to get back to that bot lane before any minions really go down. However, a little bit of miscommunication here, it looks like, from St. Clair. Nobody really committing. Looks like Lassie really didn't want to miss those minions, so he's just going to let Trick and Barnacle take care of this dragon.
Looks like Carleton won't be contesting at all since they lost their mid laner.
Yeah, they lost their mid laner.
I think their jungler had recently reset as well to get items. And Trick is piling in CS compared to Shenang though.
Oh yeah, big time. 48 to 30 now.
Do you see a slight change in itemization coming from Frez on that Shen? Rushing the ninja tabbies right off the bat to be able to withstand all that damage from Kled.
Oh, that definitely makes sense, and it's allowing Frez to finally have some staying power in this lane and just slowly but surely attack on some additional damage.
Speaking of staying power, Trick is in the enemy jungle and he just snagged a red buff for free.
He's cruising right now. This is actually like a complete 180 compared to last game.
Oh, definitely 100%.
Yeah, between the junglers and the top lane. It's completely different. We do see... I'm still trying to force something in the top lane, but Frez doesn't have a ward on it, but is at least like wary enough, good enough game sense to know that, hey, why is he pushing me this far? He's a level down. This is probably a trap. And he gets out of there.
Fresh is just not taking the
Oh,
bait.
hello.
Oh, the hook on the Senna.
Sleepy time. Trick picking up the kill.
Bonk.
Never story going down.
Aww. He missed the bonk, but he got the reap.
Hit him with the bonk. Okay, up top, Gus popping the ult and is going to try and charge in here. Frez is getting extremely low, flashes away, but gets ignited, and Gus is going to finalize the kill. We got an extremely aggressive play here from St. Clair as well. Trick getting pretty low on health, but Shenong goes down. Trick is actually going to get taken down by the last turret shot as well. That's gold's going to go over to Iman.
That's unfortunate.
I honestly thought Trick had enough health to live that, but I guess not.
Just the ramp-up damage, I guess, from Tower.
The Tower not having any of that, but on the plus side for St. Clair, both of those kills down bot went to Thresh. Went to Iman.
Carleton University just down so much gold from the initial level 1 fight that occurred.
It's crazy that it's snowballed, but at least it hasn't snowballed as hard as it could have. Like, this is still rough, but it could have definitely been more brutal at this point.
If Carleton wants to look for a turnaround play, it'll be somewhere in the top lane, revolving around the cliff.
Yeah, that's probably your closest lane right now. We got 2 kills each on the side of, or on both of these teams rather, for these top laners. Shenong looking to make that top lane play. Sure enough, charging in, does have that ultimate available if he needs some additional shielding later on. Frez has no flash either, so he's probably going to have to taunt to get out of here if he has not burned it already. Hooked aside, barely hanging on for dear life, missing the chains. Shenong's going to die for it. The taunt is missed. The flash is forced.
Oh
and
no,
Shenong barely going to hang out.
Oh my.
But Trick is coming for the follow-up if necessary. Charging through wards, though, so they know that Trick is coming.
Imagine if Shenong got creep blocked by into the tower. That would have been so unfortunate for Shenong.
That would have definitely been a feels bad man.
Let's see here.
Oh, this is a rough spot here for Gus. I mean, he's got his remounts available, so a little extra health available. Baiting me constantly here this game, apparently, Gus. What the heck?
The dragon is spawning pretty soon.
Yeah, Saints are able to take that first one pretty well uncontested. See if they can follow up, snag themselves another.
They should be able to with how dominant their mid and bot lane have been looking, and also especially the jungle. But speaking of the jungler, looks like Trick is grabbing a sneaky Rift Herald at the moment.
Now we're going to possibly take care of it, and sure enough, is going to be able to secure it. So nicely done there from Trick. This literally feels like deja vu, but just the other sides. Like, same lanes dominating. Sleepy time Azir actually right as the ult happens.
My.
You're going to shut that down. However, the soldiers really making that difficult there for Yul, but he's going to be able to get out of there just in the nick of time, it looks like.
Trick almost getting sniped by the Dawning Shadow from Neverstory from the bot lane. But good thing that Azir wall.
Down on bot side. This could be curtains here for Barnacle Boy. He's just going to secure his own fate, so to speak. As he slowly but surely goes down. They're going to try and pass this off to Neverstory. Is going to go down. Tower dive was thought about, but opted against, as the rest of the squad here from St. Clair are arriving. Trick was just right around the corner. Frez, though, almost getting caught by a hook, but he's okay.
Almost hit that taunt. Oh, sidestepping both the hook and the snare, coming from Carleton bot lane.
And I think
it looks like Carleton have priority over the dragon right now.
Yeah, that was weird. It looked like Trick was trying to somehow sneak a solo dragon, and as all those battles were happening down bot, And it made it a little bit scrappy for the moment as everybody is down button. Could have definitely turned on him. But everybody getting out with their life this time.
Looks like Trick will be saving that Rip Herald for post 14 minutes when the plates go down.
Okay, Dragon getting pinged out here for the side of St. Clair, and the bot lane is pushed in. So if there's any time, might as well do it now.
So we're either gonna get Inferno Rift or Mountain Rift here as soon as this dragon dies.
Okay, here is Shannon getting engaged upon, but
oh my,
does not quite find its mark. Yo, going in deep, but he's gonna eventually just teleport back. Could not go any further.
Barnacle Boy's Death Charge got canceled by Senna's last embrace. Embrace.
I was wondering what happened there. Okay, that makes sense.
He basically got out of vision for a split second, and it canceled the animation for Depth Charge.
I was gonna say, I see the puddle. I see it coming, but nobody got popped up. What the heck?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Shelly. Getting spawned in the center here by Trick. Although Yule's trying to put some damage onto that center turret, and it could very well cost him his life here. Down to less than a quarter, but he's going to be able to get out just in time as the rest of the cavalry comes in clutch here from Saints Gaming.
Luckily, he didn't lose his life there.
Gives himself a second to get back to base, possibly pick up an item and whatnot.
But just looking at the map, there's nothing left for Carleton to take for the time being, because Saints have just taken everything.
Yeah, all main objectives off the board for the time being. It's pretty much a matter of either keep farming in your lane or shove a turret down if you want, but pretty well all but one turret is standing here. Just that bot lane one gone. We see
Just looking at the
bot. Go ahead.
Just looking at the goal graph, everyone on Saints Gaming is ahead besides Barnacle Boy in terms of gold. But oh, we got to play in the top lane here, coming from the side of Carleton.
Yep, Freza stuck in a bit of a 2v1. However, the taunt is going to keep him alive just fine for now. Gus taking some damage, but they're going to stop pushing us forward. Not going to get too aggressive with it. Yeah, if the only spot that you're losing in the game is just your supports is down just a little bit of gold, that is not the end of the world in the slightest.
Oh no, definitely not. Knowledge is just there to be a meat shield. But
oh, Gus. Completely baited out.
Ooh.
Prez made it look like he wanted that fight, and he gets bopped, exactly.
But Saints just have full control of this game, just not letting Carleton control the map whatsoever.
Yeah, Frez all alone in that top lane has all the time in the world to just keep chipping away on it.
Looks like Saints is pinging topside jungle though.
Oh, they spot.
Looking for the invade on the blue buff.
Okay, yeah, Trick trying to take this, but it's going to be Senna actually, not Silas. Looking to try and contest it a little bit, but that's going to go over to the Saints as well. Frez almost going to be able to take this turret down, but Gus has arrived. Be able to defend that just a little bit longer. Man, so much damage there from Yolan. Just that quick little combo. However, he's got to be careful. He's about to get flanked on from 4 members of Carleton. And try and find his way out of here. Oh. He's actually going to pop the ult and just go for it. And then he flashes over the wall, going to bring it right back as if he's LeBlanc. He's going to eventually go down. However, in the meantime, Azir did get dropped by purely minions. That gold does not go over to Saints, I don't think. There's also a duel happening here in the top lane. Lassie also here to help support. Frez probably going to be able to get out of there. But I mean, if Patapal's going to go down, I guess might as well just go down the minions. Doesn't, other than having a death timer on, yeah, no harm, no foul.
But looks like the second Rift Herald will go over to the side of Saints Gaming.
That
just
just will.
5-2. 9 to 12.
Trick gonna pick that back up once again. Let's see where they put it. They did some decent damage in the mid lane last time they had it.
I'd like to see them use it as they're contesting Dragon in one of the either bot lane or even in mid lane, rather, to pull some tension away from the Dragon Pit.
That's definitely a brutal strat. Like, oh, you want this dragon, or do you want Shelly to just go ham on your base? Pick your poison. However, it looks like Carleton are going to be here to contest, trying to clear out a little bit of vision for the time being. Yes, I think that is Inferno Drake finally showing up here. Gus looking to take a flank around. However, he's not exactly the most healthy. They very well could turn around. And okay, he popped his ulti so he didn't get slept. Nicely done. He would have been absolutely toast had that not happened.
But that's their main engage tool gone from the fight.
Now you can see the rest of Carleton, for the moment at least, they opted to turn towards the mid turrets, but instead they're going to try and dive bomb Trick, and it's going to be successful. There's no smite on the side of St. Clair, and that's going to go over to Shinagi. He's going to get the Inferno Drake. Lazzy getting popped, Drowsy almost taken down actually.
Shinagi
hanging on.
Oh my!
And in the meantime,
Gus
Patel going down as well. Barnacle Boy going down. The only one to survive that was Yol. I don't even know if he was really a part of that fight. He's still full health.
I think he was still under his tower. He was getting zoned from the rest of Carleton.
Carleton did do a good job where it looked like they kind of faked mid for a second, as if they were going to just push it down and ignore the dragon. Kind of split up Saints just a touch, and that might have been enough of a difference, but it looks like Yol's going to get this. Yeah. Gets himself the quick 1v1. He's actually going to show up right next to Iman as well. The Thresh can't really fight. He can try and push him away, but he's not going to win that 1v1. Going to just flay him away and run for the hills.
Unfortunate for the Saints that that Shinag managed to kill Trick before securing the dragon there.
Was definitely best case scenario there for Carleton. Focus the key target and was overall able to get the objective, and it was even more perfect for them that they were able to line up some kills on top of that.
Still, though, they're still behind a little bit of gold. They're down 4,000 gold, so Carleton have a long ways to go before they catch up.
I mean, you did say during Champ Select, though, that this is a team that wants to scale.
Indeed.
So I feel like the later this goes, the scarier it's going to start getting for St. Clair if they aren't able to find picks or something.
If Vizier gets to his third item, it's going to be very hard for Saints to do anything.
I mean, Patalp had a really rough early game, but he's got a couple eliminations under his belt now. He's slowly but surely starting to keep his farm going. He's behind Yul, sure, but he's getting there. He's got the Nashers, got the Leandries, he's getting there. It won't be that much longer before we hit that, like you were saying, that 3 items mark, and he can really start putting in some work.
But I'd like to see who will be who will contest the split push from Yule, as he is 2 crit items, so he has max crit chance.
Mm-hmm.
For those that don't know, Yule has the same passive as Yasuo, where he gets double crit from items.
Yeah, double crit, but like less crit damage or something, right?
Exactly, yeah. Oh?
Oh no, Gus. Running for the hills, but he's going to get caught.
No Scarl either.
And then, hello, Shelly. Goodbye, turret. Or almost goodbye, turret. Majority of the Saints squad contesting the top turret. Going to bring this down, finally. Of course, Frizz can show up whenever he pleases, essentially, with that ultimate, so him cleaning up these minions is no big deal. Just getting him a little bit more caught up, and has actually completely caught up on CS2 Gus. And hello, Baron. We're just going to go for this, aren't we? There's no vision here.
They're just gutting for it. They have 4 people at Baron, and they have Frizz split pushing the bot lane.
Oh, let's get him pinged out, though.
Yes, Carleton has their suspicions. Looks like Saints is going to try and back out. It looks like they caught out Shenong.
Yep, gets taken down right away in the team fight. Goes, and we have the front line from St. Clair getting absolutely pummeled. But thankfully for them, it's none of their carries for now until Lassie gets completely shoved out of there. And that's going to be brutal for St. Clair. Big damage gone. 3v3 at this moment. Frez doesn't have that much damage, though. Tries to hang on for dear life. This fight did not go in St. Clair's favor at all. Gus is going to try and dive this. Might have been a little bit overzealous, but actually the remount's going to save. But never mind the turret giving us a little bit of revenge, a little bit of justice here for the side of St. Clair.
Iman taking the tower aggro, sacrificing his life for his teammates. That is what you call a team player.
The dismount from Gus, I guess, loses turret aggro, and then Iman just gets shot for it. F's in chat for Iman.
It's better for him to die than the carries, if I do say so myself.
Which is true, yeah.
Man, that was a very scrappy fight, though, coming from both teams.
That kind of scares me a little bit, though. Saints felt like they had the jump on that fight.
Yeah.
They almost took somebody out right away.
Right off, yeah.
And that was still close.
It was a 5v4 after they picked off Shenong in their jungle, and they still lost that fight.
Like, I don't know if they just got split up or what, but we'll have to see moving forward how this goes. Especially if it's a team composition that's pretty reliant on snagging themselves a pick. Otherwise, scaling, is, of course, is going to become a problem. And if they just deathball it at you, it'll be a problem.
Yeah, but now we're about to see if Saints can get to Soul Point, or if Carleton can snag their second Drake of the game.
This is Inferno once again as well, so it's a little bit of bonus damage, I believe, right? You're explaining this to me earlier? Okay, perfect.
An additional, if you hover over it, the icon for the Inferno Dragon, plus 4% attack damage and ability power.
Thank you.
But looks like Carleton have prime position over the bottom river.
Yeah, Dragon finally going to get started here for St. Clair. They already bursted this down to halfway. It's going to be Gus leading the charge right into Barnacle Boy. You'll right in the middle of everybody. That's a pretty solid ult, doing so much damage. However, again, the Dragon getting taken away by Shenong. Once again, Barnacle Boy is going to find himself the first kill, and there is then going to be a follow-up double by Yul. Top going to try and run for it.
Looks like Saints just stopped looking at Dragon completely and just focused on the team fight. But now, since they won the team fight, they're going to look on Baron here.
Well, I feel like they have to get Baron for this to be, like, seriously worth it. I mean, already this was a 4 for nothing. So yes, that team fight in terms of kills and gold and whatnot was solid. But get this buff, put yourself in this position where you can push even harder. Get a little further ahead. And we already see Barnacle Boy cleaning up some vision for this next push coming up. And that's going to be Baron secured.
Ideally, you would have wanted to see the Saints get the Dragon first, then turn around and fight Carleton. But they still get a net positive out of it with the Baron buff.
Yeah.
Giving them the bonus stats.
Yeah, definitely thirsty for the team fight there. And at least it went in their favor pretty heavily. But again, this Dragon, some additional damage. It's all scaling. It's still scary.
But it looks like Kazir is going to go for a third item Zanya's. Probably to protect himself against the Yone and the Jin.
Oh, and then poor Iman getting caught out of position. Frez going to clean that one up. And this one's looking much more rough here for Carleton. This little change of pace, the different team composition, definitely favoring St. Clair for now. This tower is just about to go down. Only 2 members of Carleton here to try and defend. And those Sand Soldiers don't really do that much damage right now, do they?
Carleton's just playing dodgeball at this point against the Lilia, who just keeps yeeting those balls across the rift.
Now Frez getting extremely aggressive. Nicely done, zoning essentially the entire team off this inhibitor. However, St. Clair are not going to complete it. They do have the Baroned up minions that they're going to have to take factor of, but that objective was not secured, which is a little bit off-putting.
I think they're just a little bit low. That's why they chose not to try and force the inhib. They rather take the safer approach.
Oh, which is fair. Makes sense. Okay, Yoel's looking to make the hero plays here, and he's actually going to explode Neverstory before this even gets started. And he is eating so much utility tricks here as well. He's going to take down Patal. Yoel going to finally get hooked and taken down once again. It's going to be the Silas. Shannon going to take care of that. However, that's a sleepy Silas. Gets taken out.
Silas will go night-night.
Yeah, Gus going down as well. The only one standing is Iman, and is no longer standing. 4 members of St. Clair still living. The Aces here pushing it down center, and they should be able to, like you said, clean this up for the victory. Still 20 seconds.
We're going to get a game 3. We're going to get game 3, surprisingly enough.
I was definitely worried after looking at how game 1 went. But seeing how Saints performed here in game number 2, I'm a little bit happier here for the home team.
Looks like they finally rallied after game 1.
Yeah, this team fight, or this team comp clicked, and nobody
Game
on
2.
Carleton got to fly.
Game 2 going over to Saints Gaming. That means we will be getting a game 3 in a few moments.
Absolutely. So St. Clair coming in clutch, getting themselves the victory here in game number 2. The bans definitely, I feel like, made a huge difference in how this game ended up turning out. But we'll have to see what happens for game number 3. Of course, these games are all still preseason. But come on, we want to start off the season with the W nonetheless, right? So stay tuned. Give us about 5 minutes or so for the players to get a quick drink and get myself a quick drink. Fix up a tea or something. Hydrate, people. And we'll be right back with game number 3. A reminder, if you are a student at St. Clair College and you want to play on the Saints gaming teams, tryouts are still happening. This game here is preseason. Rosters are not locked in yet, technically. So if you want to join, of course, you are a student at St. Clair College, be sure to go to our website, www.stclairsaints.ca/join. Fill out the form, and we'll contact you via Discord. Also, if you're looking to get some experience in production, whether it be as a commentator or an observer, be sure to join the Saints Gaming Discord, located in the description of your, in the description of the video. And be sure to message Daniel Banner in regards to getting an opportunity to possibly be on stream. All right, welcome back. This is game number 3 of our very first match of the entire Saints Gaming season here in the OPSE preseason versus Carleton University. Carleton took game number 1 rather convincingly. However, it just completely flipped there, it seems, for St. Clair College in game number 2. And now, getting started with game number 3, hitting the bands right away.
Looks like the Saints don't like bugs or gargoyles.
Apparently not, as Kha'Zix and Galio both getting taken out extremely quickly. There we go. And then, okay, we're not going to have the Lilia this time here. It looks like Carleton shutting that down before it gets started once again. And Caitlyn taken out once again. Try and true ban here.
It would be interesting to see a Senna ban here. Or that too is for Frez. Is a very oppressive laner for Frez to deal with. But Carleton have to make a decision here whether to either give over the Ashe or ban it, or even the Senna too. Oh, the Yone.
They're just taking away the pieces that seem to have worked last time. This is essentially what happens. What is going to happen when both teams take away all the champions that essentially won the game? They left the Ashe. Yep, they instantly take care of it. Ashe on the board. That arrow, those slows, they're just too good.
And we're going to have another Senna for game number 3.
At this point, the 80 carry slot, for the most part, when one of those are when either Caitlyn or Ashe are left open, is going to be one of those plus Senna. Seems to be the way this meta rolls right now.
I don't know if you noticed, Daniel, but we have Biansfa playing support this game.
I was going to mention that. There was the substitution here. Mansfo taking over the support role. Barnacle Boy did fantastic in your first 2 games. Hopefully we'll see you again sometime soon. But we'll have to also see how Mansfo manages to take this support role and how different does he play compared to Barnacle Boy.
Oh. So they both play Nautilus.
Okay. I mean, this actually makes a pretty smooth transition. This is kind of the stuff that I would personally want to see when you have a substitute. Have them play exactly what the other guy would have played anyway, because it just makes for smooth transitions. Having 2 supports with 2 polar opposite styles would be very, very rough on Lazi.
We're going to see Nautilus and Shen 3 games in a row coming from the sides of Saints Gaming.
I'm actually extremely surprised with how confident they are with these 2. I mean, Frez got absolutely bopped during game number 1, but game number 2, much better performance. And then, I mean, bot lane for the most part has been pretty smooth overall. Like, Barnacle and Lassie have been doing pretty fine. So, safe pick overall on the side of the Saints. And we have some different picks here on the side of Carleton. The Karma and the Ornn.
The Ornn getting through a ban phase for once in this series. So we'll possibly get to see the ornaments if the game scales or goes for that long.
It's becoming an absolute unkillable object in the late game, of course.
He's an immovable object.
Exactly. Now, what do St. Clair want to ban here? I'm trying to see. The Shyvana's still there if they want to try and let that through. Because like you're saying, it relied a lot on the other lanes doing well to have allowed Shyvana to go as crazy as it did.
Just getting a message from William here, who is if you guys
I remember him.
Is his name is Lord. I won't say his full name because
it's Lord. It's Lord, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lord. Then you know the rest.
Yeah, Lord TM, yeah.
This is a first coming from Carleton. The Kindred ban coming, targeting Trick in the jungle.
And I do recall when I was actually doing a little bit of research for a cast once. Don't tell anybody. But I was actually looking up Trick's past games, at least on his main account. There wasn't that much activity as of lately, to be honest. But there was a decent amount of Kindred. So I'm actually very surprised to see the focus on that champ specifically. And this one weirds me out a little bit. Why Kayn? We haven't seen it at all so far.
Kane wouldn't really mesh with this team comp unless you're going like Assassin Kane or something. But looks like they're mixing up in the mid lane with Zillion
Somebody's a Bjerg fan.
or Jensen.
Or Jensen, yeah, that's true as well. I mean, time and time again, we see Zillion. He's not the most hype champion in the world, but he damn well is effective.
He just gives anybody on your team a second life.
He is just the embodiment of support. And then here we go. We got two different picks here. The Olaf is locked in.
And the Zoe, which has been banned for both game 1 and 2. But getting through ban phase just like the Ornn has this game. And the Ashe.
Now the jungle still hasn't been necessarily picked out here for the side of Carleton as well. Do we see Shyvana make a return?
If Shyvana can get snowball like she did in game 1, never mind. They're just gonna lock in Graves before I finish my sentence.
Yeah, that's all right. Just overall solid pick. So 3 games, 3 different team compositions on both sides. I like this already.
It's what you call a great variety of games and champions.
I'm extremely grateful because I remember the days of like how we are with Ashe and Caitlyn right now. And if you don't pick Ashe, Caitlyn, those are banned. You pick like Senna and something else. I remember the days when that was basically every role.
I remember the days of playing Ashe mid lane in season 1.
Those are the days.
Yes, they were. I am very old. No, I'm not really old. I just played the game for 10 years.
For sure. My first, where I started playing when Orianna first came out. So I'm pretty old too, but at the same time, I've not exactly been active. So. But the biggest disappointment in both these drafts, there was no Shaco.
Very true.
What do you want me to
do? What do you want me to do? Do my Shaco laugh on stream? I'm pretty sure it's very. Last time I did it was like very bad, but I don't remember since I haven't done it in a while.
I'm tempting you, ain't I?
No, you're not at the slightest.
Dang it! I tried. You have to give me bonus points for trying, right?
Yes, very much so.
And of course, before this game actually gets started, I just wanted to let everybody know. Well, first off, as you may have already noticed, we are streaming on more than just Twitch this year. We're on Twitter, we're on YouTube as well. And like any platform, be sure to let your friends and family know about us. And of course, if you do want to try out for any of the St. Clair teams, the roster locks aren't, for most games anyway, aren't until October. So be sure to go to our website and apply. And then we'll contact you via Discord. Still got time. And then lastly, this may be the only match this week, but we're about to get into the main season within a week or two, and it's going to start getting crazy. This, of course, is the lineup for the upcoming matches. We are going to have pretty much one match streamed every day of the week, except maybe Sundays, unless there's a tournament. But like the next match,
that is a lot of content, if I do say so.
Absolutely. The next match that you'll be seeing here on the stream is going to be on Wednesday the 16th, just about a week from now, 8 o'clock. It's going to be another preseason match, this time, though, in the UCEA Overwatch League. So be hyped for that. And we'll get to see League of Legends again pretty soon as well. The 19th, you guys have your HUE League of Legends Invitational Tournament. Look forward to watching that. That one starts early, though. I'm going to be a sad boy for that one. I'm happy to stream some content. But God, that's early.
But going back to the game here, I'm curious to see how the two junglers will interact in the jungle. Because last time I checked, Olaf does somewhat counter Graves with his undertow, his axes.
Right, because it has that little slow attached to it, right? So he can just catch right up to you. And I mean, I feel like early game Olaf does a bunch of damage.
A lot of people might not know this, but if Graves is slowed even the slightest, his dash, as I mentioned before, his E is like significantly slower. So like the animation is slower.
Oh, it even cuts that down. Okay.
Yeah, it's really weird, but it works.
Okay, because I'm used to like, you get slowed, you have a dash, it still goes the full distance, but then you're like slowed after the fact. You're saying the dash itself is also slowed?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so yeah,
kind of like the same thing as Callista, how she can dash with every auto attack.
gotcha.
If she's slowed, she is not moving.
Right.
Stun or slow, she is not moving.
All right, so the delay is taken care of. We're loading into our final match here for the night. I'm extremely happy that first day back and we're going the full distance here with both these teams. Put on a great show today. And Tommy, once again, big thank you to you for hopping in and co-commentating here with me.
Oh, not a problem. Just something to point out. Shenong on his graves opted for the ignite instead of the flash this game. So looks like he's
Aggressive.
going to be going for a very aggressive playstyle early on in the game.
Aggressive excites me.
Yes.
All right, without further ado, as we can see, it's game time. Now or never here for the St. Clair squad.
Are you stuck in the game as I am at 0 seconds?
I am still seeing a gray screen, so hang on. We're loading in. Don't you worry. Here it comes.
Weird. That is very weird, if I do say so myself.
There we go. Champions loaded in. It's game 3 time. Preseason action just about to wrap up. Who's going to take the W here today?
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Looks like Saints is looking for an early invade.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I mean, it worked for him last time. Might as well
And
try
they spot
it.
it.
Oh, and that was a huge hook there from Yansfu. Showing up
he's
huge
dead.
right off the start, and that goes right over to Yul Zoe.
Now he's feeling the effect of not taking flash right at the beginning of the game.
Insta-punish.
Exactly. And the kill also going over to Yule as well. That's going to grant him an early Doran's Ring as well, on top of the Corrupting Potion.
Minions have spawned.
As if you want Zoe to have any more burst damage. Absolutely fantastic start here for St. Clair.
Looks like both bot lanes not leashing for the junglers. Shark opting for a leashless start as well to hide his location on the map.
Crafty.
Oh. Griggs is about to be spotted on the ward that Fresh just spotted.
Yeah, possibly
And
looking to get some action started early. But,
And it gets swept. And another stutter. Okay. Am I still at 2 minutes and 5 seconds?
I'm on 210 right now.
So I am 2 seconds behind you.
I will try to slow it down for a second.
2:15.
In a brief
16,
moment, we see some
17.
decent damage
Oh.
coming out here for the top side. But now we got a jungle battle as well for that big wolf that's going to be going over to Trick.
Oh my.
Some damage going to be going over, but he's going to use that the plant on the ground to explode him over. And then here I will pause for about 2 seconds here. As soon as this mid lane engagement happens, as that's a lot of damage coming out here on the jungler Carleton.
My.
Holy smokes, Yule's just going to go for it. He does take it down. Gus blows his flash as he goes down as well. An absolute rough start.
But Yule about to go down.
In the mid lane as well, and here comes Trick with the chase down onto the Zillion. Bot lane shoved over to Trick gets the kill as well.
And another one.
This camera's all over the place. Huge action coming out here. Start things off. Okay, I paused for just a second just to let you catch up here.
Okay, so
That should be good
11,
now.
12, 13, 14.
Pretty much
15.
right there as we do get Prez battling up in the top lane once again. Gus looking to try and get some revenge after going down pretty early in this laning phase. He's going to win the engagement out.
Shenong looking for another invade onto Trick.
I was going to get the red buff, and now Trick is in a world of hurt. There it goes.
He's gone. He's that's the danger of playing Olaf. The juggler finds you at 100 HP, you're just gone.
Absolutely. Ozzy gonna try and run for the hills as Shinnok's coming down from the jungle. It's gonna be Mansfield probably going down, gonna try and flash for it. Does end up going down anyway. Neverstory going to pick up the kill onto that one. Ozzy still trying to stay in lane as best as possible. However, the Karma gonna make a little bit of extra harassment under the turret.
Another stutter again, by the way, but I don't think it will matter that much.
And
But Shinnok
okay,
is playing
Gus.
so aggressive, and oh my, Fresh just gets bopped by the brittle passive and auto attack.
On Lazi down bot, also forced to flash, and now Neverstory getting aggressive is going to win that duel out, taking care of Lazi quick fashion.
Absolute slugfest in game 3, though. Everyone's just going at each other's necks right now.
Absolutely, the one in the best situation right now would probably be,
Yo.
oh my goodness! Dillian hanging
solo
on by
kill?
a thread, but now,
Oh, the smoke screen.
oh, the revenge of Shinnok, though, went down early. Now 2s across the board. What a mess. I love it. I mean, it was weird, though. Like, Game 2 had this exact same kind of, like, chaos. However, it went really hard in the favor of Saints. This time, still just as scrappy. However, back and forth for the most part. And actually, if there's anyone favored, it is going to be the side of Carleton, just ever so slightly. And then props to Shinnok for getting back into this, considering he was the first one who went down.
Despite all that's happened in this game already, both junglers are relatively even in terms of gold.
Yeah, like, Shinnok's not CSing in the slightest or, like, doing very many camps. But, I mean, you're making up for it in assists and eliminations, so why not?
I mean, it's the herbivore versus the carnivore.
Exactly.
One place for kills, one place for farm.
It still gets you to the same spot in the end, so whichever you prefer, I suppose.
So Shinnok finally gonna get to his bot side jungle. The hawk shot, spotting out the graves in the lower half of the jungle.
Oh, you're looking to get aggressive here in the mid lane. Patalp going to try and put on his dancing shoes and get out of here, but he's going to take half of his health for that. Just ever so slightly mispositioned and loses so much health.
Zoe's just a great champion, dude. Very good game design.
Yeah, it doesn't help that Zoe has already had 2 kills and an assist under her belt as well. And then Yule's just been doing a fantastic job of just constantly punishing Patalp over and over any chance that he could.
I think that ward from Saints spotted out Shinnok on that dragon.
We have an engage down on the bot side, Mansfield with the hook, but Lassie taking a bunch of damage is going to make him think twice. Yule's going to be the one who actually secures this dragon, though, in perfect timing. However, we have the sleep, and there it goes. That's going to be the shutdown gold going over to both of these champions, both of these players.
Trick
Yule
lives, too,
some,
because
Trick
first any
gets some.
nights.
And yeah, he ends up living out of that, too. So a 2 for nothing plus a Drake for St. Clair.
Price coming to the rescue with his Stay United from the top lane. Keeps Trick alive, but still gets interrupted by the Ornn.
Although it looks a little bit rough here for Frez. He's going to be forced to blow that flash on that 1v1. One taunt too many, it looks like, and Gus is going to be able to punish him for that greatly. We're not even 10 minutes in yet, dude.
I know. But just looking at both junglers, despite how aggressive Shinnok's been against Trick in terms of invading, Trick is somehow like slightly ahead. Ever so slightly, if I do say so.
I'm just happy with how even this game feels, but then I look at the gold and it's like, wait a minute. I guess it's almost 1,000, but it's...
Shinnok is spot on a pink ward.
Yeah, are they going to think about getting crafty? Use that plant, blast over maybe?
I don't think so.
Baited?
Oh, Frez is baiting.
Oh,
hit the plant.
There it goes. Trick's going to secure that.
Vianstra from out of nowhere on the roam. This might be even a herald here.
Might as well go for it. You do have the extra beef there with Mansfo there. And actually, no, he's just going to opt to solo it, it looks like. Yeah, I did not see Mansfo come in at all.
I didn't even notice.
It's like, okay, they're going to try and 2v1 this. This is possible. Oh, never mind. This is extremely possible. There comes the anchor.
From out
Shuts
of
it down.
nowhere.
Shuts it down nice and quick.
It looks like Trick will easily be able to secure this this Herald.
Big damage, ignite onto Shinong, and that extra little damager from Trick's going to get the kill. However, the top is right there to set off the Zillion ult, and we're going to have ourselves a scrap. It's going to be Shinong going down for the second time in this team fight. Then the Ornn going to try and
out of
jump
mana,
onto
though.
him.
He's getting ran down by Olaf. Flash
Goes down,
Cleanse
and there's
too?
another one that's going to be Yul taking care of that one.
That's a tilter you hate to see.
That, I think, was a 3-for-0 on the side of Saints. Some of these team fights are just not going well for the side of Carleton. And, I mean, it's kind of terrifying, but Yul's Zoe is absolutely on fire right now.
Oh, 100%. Think that'd be the reason why they banned it for 2 straight games, but the one game they let it through, he just popping off.
And, of course, Zoe had the extra flash stored, so as soon as Gus showed up, just flash away. You still have an additional flash if you really needed it.
Going to the bottom side of the map, they're just chilling in the bot lane, just farming. Even though Saints is down 2 kills in the bot lane, Lazzie's ahead 20 CF.
He thought he had the chance, and it gets absolutely shut down. Trick showing up out of nowhere once again, adding on that extra damage necessary, and as if Yul needed another kill, finds himself another.
Trick is now essentially just reading Shannon like a book now. I think the Grixis is out of the game.
Oh, and so much damage on that turret. It's probably going down. Even Frez in the top lane looking so much stronger compared to game number 1. Did solid in game number 2, but he relied a little bit on some additional some jungler help. Now he's able to take this 1v1 rather consistently here versus Gus. And
I'm a jungler, and I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I am Junger.
I am Junger. I am Jungry.
But we got the Mountain Drake spawning in roughly 35 seconds. Fresh short on the taunt again though.
I mean, if there's anywhere where Carleton needs to just pop off out of nowhere, it would have to be a team fight. But even look at this, the 7 to 9 level difference.
Oh,
it's going to be just Trick just pushing
He's just
the
gonna run
go
him down?
button. Runs him down, takes him out, add another one to the kill board. 5-1 for him. 6-2 on Yul. Holy smokes.
And he even built Medjai's. That's just straight disrespect there, coming from Yule.
This is revenge for the Shyvana game, I suppose, where the Medjai's fireball would just take everybody out.
You kill me with fireballs, I will kill you with Zoe.
How does Stars and Galaxy Dust sound? 2 levels up here in this top lane, too. Holy smokes. This one's really looking good for St. Clair.
Oh?
Something would really have to go wrong here for them to drop this lead, I feel. I do not want to curse this, though.
This is just Saints game to lose. Oh?
And actually, Gus is looking to be aggressive here. The shield comes out for Frez right at the right moment. He's going to be able to just taunt away.
Does he get away? He does.
Doesn't give away the kill for free. And while all this is happening, it's Drake time.
Frez can potentially look for a kill here on Gus if he lands his taunt.
He is going to go for it, actually. Jumps on him, takes him down. That's a dragon and a kill.
Just so much damage. And Yule just being ever so annoying on the Zoe and stealing away the enemy Raptor camp. Did he get that red buff as well? He did not.
I mean, you need fancy feet to dodge Zoe, but at the same time, does it really matter if you're dancing around if Trick is just going to push a button and run you down and just crack you over the skull? It doesn't really matter. It's nice that there's so much gold in 2 champions and 2 players that have 2 different objectives. And there we go.
Lazi.
Bot lane going to start getting
Oh
some
my-
action here.
What is that? Hitbox.
Oh, Never Story barely going to survive here. The shield coming out just in time. However, Iman is forced to use the stopwatch. Tower's going to try and make things a little bit difficult here for Minstrel. He
Oh,
somehow got that
Fred.
max range. Beautifully done there.
Yeah, stopwatch.
Holy smokes. And
Oh,
Fred's
the top
coming in to
flash.
clean it up.
Just
Oh.
so well played from the side of Saints.
Everywhere.
And Trick is just going to run the mountain down.
Everywhere you look, there's Carleton death.
It's just a bloodbath everywhere.
I mean, it was a brawly game to begin with, but now it has become so one-sided that it doesn't even feel like the same teams at this point. However, Trick may have overextended ever so slightly, but that is going to be the teleport coming in here from Frez. He's going to try and hunt down Shenong, but going to hop over the wall. Frez still chasing, though.
He has no
lot of
taunt.
health. Yeah, already used a taunt to try and jump over there. Is he going to try and dive this? He seems to have the damage to do so. This might be a bit of an over-aggressive move. The shield's going to come in clutch, and that's actually going to be some shutdown gold going over to Shenong, and that was just an unfortunate overextension there on the side of Frez.
I think he would have gotten the kill if he just hit the tower instead, because I'm pretty sure Titanic damage still goes through on tower. Last time I checked, that is. Who knows? I might be wrong.
Well, I mean, if there's any way that Carleton's coming back, it's going to be through plays like that, where you get a little bloodthirsty, you chase for days, then you end up either eating too much turrets or you find multiple members of Carleton. It is still possible. How many pro games have we seen, or games in general, do teams get a massive lead and just can't close out?
Ooh.
It happens
The
way
answer-
too often.
Barely hitting that hook onto Gus. They're going to take the second Rift Herald, though.
They're lining up for it. Got to about half health now. Lazi's here as well. Put some extra DPS on it, and they should be able to secure it.
Yeah. Oh my, Never Story just got his HP just eviscerated by the Zoe.
Arrow coming down. That's going to be right on target. Iman is going to be taken down nice and quick. I mean, Zoe's got the freest of attacks after that arrow.
Even
And
with the
just
QSS,
exploded.
he still could not survive that.
That's
There was,
impressive.
there was just too much CC laid on top of the Ash Arrow.
Gosh, the top tower going down. The second mid turret down to half already. Still pushing down that top side as well.
Saints just have total control over the map right now. Not letting Carleton breathe whatsoever.
Ooh. I mean, Shenong got to just like farm for days, but it doesn't really matter when they're diving your team. Iman almost getting taken down again. Shelly coming in for that turret hit, taking at least half of it down already. Frez with the bomb. It's just going to go in the background, but Lassie's a bit out of position here. Going to get caught out instantly. Shenong going to find the kill onto
Counter
that.
engage.
And then Never Story also finding the kill onto Mian's Foul. And a little bit of signs of life coming out here from
Oh
Carleton.
my. Yule still alive, just chunking away at Carleton with the paddle stars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, finally going
Looks
to
like
back
they'll-
out.
They're just gonna go for a reset and look to try and take the third Drake, which is a Cloud Drake this game.
So that'd be 2 clouds out on the field this time, I think. Or am I wrong? No, I'm wrong.
No, first game was Ocean, second game was Infernal.
Yeah,
We've had a different Drake every game this series.
that's kind of cool. Hey, Trick gonna make this a little bit difficult for them, like trying to either get vision or trying to get their blue buff, making it so it's not safe in the slightest. Yeah, Schnog, you may have gotten a couple kills, but you still got to get out of dodge when you're in front of an Olaf, especially one that's 6-1.
But Saints should not go for this dragon. The Trick does not have smite on him right now, as he used it on the Scuttle Crab. But I don't think Carleton knows that he doesn't have a second charge on his smite. So they're just gonna give it up.
All right, so that definitely worked out there for St. Clair.
But now we're just in a little bit of a null state where everyone is just gonna farm for, I'd say, probably a minute and a half.
Oh, Yule just pops the heal and goes aggressive with it. That little extra burst of movement speed. But wasn't able to get the spells to land.
And Yule has double pen items, so he's going to be doing quite a bit of damage to anybody that he hits on the side of Carleton.
And there's the arrow, makes contact, but of course, Everstory wisely keeping that cleanse ready for that arrow hit. Just brushes it off and falls back behind the tower. Okay, Yule jumping in once again. Did it make contact with anybody? Neverstory nearly got popped. Holy smokes.
Yeah, he won't have fight for the next fight that happens. And Lassie is also going for the CDR build on the Ashe as well, going for the Essence Reaver instead of the Blade of the Rune King.
I mean, with how much your other teammates are popping off, you might as well just be support Ashe. As often as you can get your slows out, as often as you can get your arrows out, just keep firing them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you slow them down, crowd control them, we'll tear through them. And I mean, Ashe still, even with this build, is doing a decent chunk of damage anyway, so it's not like you're completely giving up your damage to do so.
Both top laners just backing in front of each other, like there's a mutual gentleman's agreement. I'd like to see Saints try and get a pick on Neverstory when the Karma's not around him, because he has no cleanse, and the only cleanse that he has right now is from Emon's Michaela's Crucible.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. I mean, as much as you trust your teammates, if you don't have to rely on them, you feel much better. And okay, St. Clair just going to opt to Baron here. Although Carleton
this is very
no
risky from them.
Massive chunk of damage. That ultimate's going to be forced right away before the real fight even gets started. Yule is just doing so much damage to so many members here. Neverstory gets smoked by the Ashe arrow, and it's going to get absolutely popped right down to 5% HP.
He's so low, but Patel getting caught out.
Okay, yeah, Patel goes down. However, it is going to get traded out real quick with Patal as well as Shenong, and we're going to see Iman fall as well. Can they find one more? Trick tries to find it, but not quite going to get it. And Gus was not a part of that in the slightest. Just left his team to go down, just straight up farmed that bot lane. As the rest of St. Clair just tears through middle now, and is going to secure this inhibitor probably quickly. I would hope they take care of this. There it goes. And now they can either reset or possibly a Baron push. Yeah, it looks like reset is the option.
They're just gonna reset to spend their gold, because there was no way they could finish a tier 1 tower.
Oh,
but
counter
Lassie looks like getting caught out. Oh
actually,
no!
This gets completely
Neverstory.
flipped on its head. Neverstory gets completely popped by Yule once again. From when it looked like Lassie was about to get caught out of position, it was just bait.
You might just look on Baron after that.
I mean, you might as well. I think the smite isn't nearly available here for Trick as well. You just have to deal with Shenong. But if you have this Zoe, if you have Yule just constantly zoning them out anyway, I mean, you could take this Baron for free.
Shenong looking on Yule.
Uh-oh, there we go. Was point blank with him, was able to get the shotgun
Finally
shots where he needed it.
Arrow barely hits.
Now, this may have been an overconfident move here on the side of St. Clair, but Lassie is now in the
Shenong's
fight.
caught out. What is he doing?
Wow, Lassie again, just barely almost finding himself out of position, living on a thread, and everybody, including his team and himself, just turn it around and pick up a kill.
Carleton is just not playing to their win condition right now, which is the ornaments from Ornn. No pun intended.
Or the other 3 or 4 ornaments, not pun intended as well.
Yes, but
Okay.
he's not even level 13 yet, so he didn't even have his own upgrades as well.
Yeah, so he's definitely hurting.
Level 14 is when he can his first upgrade for his teammates. But the only thing he can really upgrade on Carleton is the Shenong's Black Cleaver. Carletons don't have enough gold to buy the Ornn items, or the items needed to upgrade.
And you got a lot of, I mean, a lot of deaths, but a lot of gold from kills and assists here on the Shenong, of course. So he's going to dive in, but I'd be extremely nervous trying to Give all
This is
the
a soul point for the side of Saints Gaming.
Oh, it is too. 3 Drakes already on the board. If this gets cleaned up, it is going to be massive trouble on the side of Carleton.
They just have no way to get into the river.
Oh, they get it, and the arrow is right on target. Schnog is down instantly.
They just collapse on him.
And while this fight is happening, minions are pushing the mid turrets as well.
Come on.
Barely going to get out of there with his life, but they have to completely retreat here. Saints just need to quickly focus on a specific target. Don't split themselves too thin. I've seen that a few times here from them today, or in this game alone, where they get such a good lead and kind of go around. Yeah. And Baron is going to be the call, and I mean, of course, Shen can show up whenever he pleases for the most part without ultimate, so makes sense. He can take care of that bot lane, as the rest of the squad are going to try and secure this Baron halfway down. Once again, Yule's going to be on zoning duty.
As he always is. But if Carleton can stall it for another 5 minutes, they still have a chance with the Elder Dragon coming up. But I don't think Saints will let them do that.
I mean, if they spread themselves too thin, it could definitely happen. However, looks like everybody's going to back up. Spend some of that gold, yeah. I'm sure they're sitting on a little bit at this point. Regroup, let Shen do his thing, and then everybody else just stay together.
And Death Stance completed for Tricker. He's going to be a very hard person to kill.
And the flank attempt here in the top lane. This is the bait. Once again, Lazzie's doing it again. He's probably going to go down here. Never mind, that is going to be Frez with the ult, but he does get bursted down.
Oh, the collateral damage. It was just enough damage to kill Lazzie there before the Shen could TP in.
I mean, it's not a bait if they actually take you out, so...
That pick just gave them some breathing room to stall out for Elder Dragon.
Yeah, definitely did. Don't have to worry about any sort of long-range engage. No consistent damage. Your turrets are probably going to be okay.
They still got to be careful of yield on his Zoe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could see... I don't know. Oh, they're going to jump on Frez. Yeah, Frez in an absolute world of hurt, just getting completely CC locked. Going to try and get back over here, but that is the most unfortunate bomb in the world. There he goes. Gets popped. Taken down. However, Yule getting a little bit antsy too. Gonna be going down after a massive overextend trying to save Press.
Meanwhile, in the top lane though, Trick and Mianspa grabbing the inhib turret. They should be able to get out with their lives though and save that Baron buff.
I mean, they at least trade a little bit for it, but dang, was that ever cocky coming out of the side of St. Clair. That could have been much worse.
Oh, definitely. Still, the Baron buff should be done soon. So just using the last bit of that Baron buff to recall. And I mean, look at Yule's stacks. He gets down to 1 Magi stack.
Yeah, that overextension basically, of course, resetting those stacks and putting some shutdown gold onto whoever got the elimination there.
I think it was either Senna or Graves. But at this point in the game, I'm pretty sure you would want the Senna to have as much gold as possible.
I was going to say, for the sake of Carleton, I would hope that you got it on the Senna because, yes, sure, Chinong's been all over the place, either on the kill or the death side of the board. But with all those kills and assists, he's at least gotten himself some decent gold. Senna was relatively behind, it felt like, but able to get it back at least a little bit would be nice.
He's been up. He was up 2 kills the entire laning phase for Neverstory.
Mm-hmm.
They just never got a chance to use that kill lead that they had to do anything.
Now this is giving Carleton some breathing room. The first turret, or first mid turret rather, going down.
Oh man, so it looks like he's caught out.
And they were thinking about going in, but they opted against it after a little bit. Staying as a group.
Looking for potential poke damage here. Looks like the first upgrade is going to, yep, the Obsidian Cleaver on Graves.
And then how often do you get to make something for your teammates? Is it every level?
Every level, yes.
Okay, so starting it off with the Graves. And then what? Probably see it on Senna next? Or does she have an item that can be upgraded?
She would have to build Infinity Edge to get the I don't know what the upgrade is called for Ornn, but it gives her more I think more critical damage. I think it's either going to be the Infinity Edge that's going to get upgraded, or the Death Cap if Patal or Pita ever gets to build it.
And Patal was probably the closest to getting
Meanwhile, Frez,
Okay.
Untitled in the top lane on the inhib right now.
Shinon going in for the duel with Trick, but he also has Lazzy right there alongside him. It's going to allow him to take down the Graves nice and quick. Mansfowl looking to get aggressive. Yule's right along the outside, completely sniping off Iman. That's going to be the Zilean ult down as well. Zilean himself is down, and this is looking like a slaughter here for St. Clair.
Meanwhile, Frez is just going to end the game by himself. That's
Didn't have to pop his ulti. Just kept on pushing. Already halfway through that turret. The rest of the cavalry has arrived. Nobody went down. St. Clair, after an extremely rough game one, going to turn this around. And Shinong's already out of here. That's going to be it.
That's game.
St. Clair starting off the season strong with a 2-1 victory over Carleton University.
GG to Saints Gaming. Coming back from 0-1.
Fantastic stuff coming out there from the Saints, and of course, excuse me, especially in that game they won. Fantastic job to Carleton. Especially, well, personally, I've never seen the AP Shyvana stuff. I don't know how common that is, but that made me happy for the day.
It's not common anymore. It's a niche kind of pick, like one trick kind of.
Well, it worked in game one, but banned away in game two, and then it just seemed like everybody got warmed up and just started firing on all cylinders. All lanes started winning. In game two, that fantastic level 1 team fight for St. Clair that got them so ahead and got the Jhin a double before level 1 or before level 2.
Yeah.
Like, beautiful. And then this game 3 was just
guaranteed.
solid.
BF sword, just guaranteed already.
Sympathy pains.
But yeah, good game to Carleton University.
Yes, good games. It was fantastic having the chance to play you guys. I'm sure we'll get to play in regular season action as well. Of course, this was preseason action for the OPSE, which of course, as I mentioned earlier, inaugural season for them. So all of Ontario looking to compete here. And we take the win today, but we'll see what happens when the regular season actually puts the games on the line here. I do want to thank you again, Tommy, for hopping in on commentary here with me. It would have definitely been extremely lonely, and I'm thankful to have had your knowledge and your commentary here with me today. Hopefully we can have you on again sometime soon.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning into the series, and hope to see you next time.
Absolutely. And then just to close out here tonight, of course, 2-1 victory to St. Clair. And you can expect our next match to be next week, as we do have the UCEA Overwatch preseason. They have, I think, 1 or 2 preseason games. Actually, it's right there for me. Yeah, 1 preseason game, and then on the 23rd, they start their regular season. So the Saints Gaming season, as you can see, we're just about to get started. This was just the tip of the iceberg in terms of content and matches that you will have here on the Saints Gaming CA channels, whether this is the YouTube channel, Twitch, or Twitter. Be sure to follow/sub to each of them so you know when we're going live. And we're looking to put out a bunch more additional content other than just matches, as long as I don't get overwhelmed with my school schedule. But we'll see what we can do. Some player interviews and such, so you can actually get to know some of your Saints players that you're rooting for, if you're not already friends or family with them, and some additional content as well. But I'm going to sign off for the night. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next week for Overwatch. My name is Daniel Banner. Have a great night, everybody. And I'm a liar. I really quickly also want to give a big thank you to the sponsors that make this all happen. Of course, that is PC Outlet. That's the St. Clair Alumni Association, the SRC, St. Clair itself, the Zeckelman School of Business, and of course, Subway. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time.